Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to My Taste in Music Sucks. As always, I am here with the man, Mr. Christopher Icon. I am Keith Miller, and we are talking about an album that this is one that I brought to the table once again. Um, my second week in a row. It is the self-titled debut album by Iller Than Theirs. They are part of the Nuclear Family out of Brooklyn, which is a collection of MCs who are really like strong New York roots, and they kind of rap about the city and they rap about life. And this was their only album. They went on and did other stuff solo and with other members of the Nuclear Family. But this album is 21 years old, which is crazy to me. And then it's yeah, like I said, just a slice of life from people out of the city.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Uh,
was of course I went into it completely blind, like always.
yeah.
It's a good album. I enjoyed it a lot. Once again, not having lyrics to these hip hop albums are just it's becoming a problem because you relate so much to
Yeah.
what they're saying, and they're saying so many cool references and so many just like the last two albums, there's so much neat things going on
Yeah.
right out the jump. Like on this first song, Razor Bumps,
Yeah.
um, you get a taste for it right out the I don't know gate.
Yeah.
Clever wordplay, the interesting kind of I don't know, the vibe of the song is really neat, kind of like the groove of it.
Yep. Yeah. I it's funny because I said, mission statement and
Mm,
clever. You know what I mean? That's the two
yeah,
things that you get out of this first track, man. You know right from the beginning what you're getting, which is cool. When especially with a hip hop album, but honestly, any album, when the artist introduces themselves right off the bat, and you know what the album's gonna sound like.
yeah.
This track has like the chorus of this track, I think, has my favorite lyrics on the whole album, which is I ain't nobody's hero, nobody's fool, no one's that
Mm,
fresh and nobody's cool. Don't try to front because we all play the chumps. You're coming out your neck like some razor bumps.
yeah,
That's good stuff, dude.
it really is. It's
Yeah.
just good, solid wordplay. It's
Yep.
got, as I end up writing, so end up going to say a bunch through this.
Yeah.
It's just, it's so relatable. It's so that every man kind of middle ground, or not middle ground, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
middle America that we keep running into, which seems to be the majority of of America should relate to this. It's just, and it's good, man. The hip hop is, man, it's got everything you like. Even in this first song, it's just the beats are cool and the we'll say accents of the different instruments. It's
Yeah,
just
sure.
like you said. I think Mission Statement was probably the best thing you could have said about that first song, and I
Yeah,
agree
yeah.
with it completely.
I think one of the cool things about Creo and Tone the Tank, that's the
Mhm.
two guys. Um, they don't necessarily go out of their way to use like complex metaphors and big words. Like they're rapping to you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're rapping for people. They're rapping like, but they don't sound simple. It's
Mm-mm.
it's very cool wordplay, but it's not like you don't need your dictionary to uh
Right.
to get into it. So I dig
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And it's not super like coded or nothing. It's
Right.
so everyday guy. We know these
Yeah,
guys. I say that later on in one of the notes. We will get to that. Yeah, this first song is a great mission statement. Let me know. All right, I'm going to dig this album right away.
for sure.
It fits right in with what we've been playing. The second song I was which is called To Be Ill, was
Yeah.
a little more prepared for. You know what I mean? I
Right.
was like, all
Sure.
right, I think I know what these guys are gonna bring to the table, and it doesn't disappoint.
Nope. Nope.
No, there's so many like, oh man, and there's just so many neat things going on with the vibe. We've called it soundscaping and stuff before.
Yeah,
It's so obviously the streets of Brooklyn, and that's so hard to actually explain
yeah,
because
yeah.
I've never been to Brooklyn, so I don't know.
Right.
But this sounds, again, like we talked about with American Aquarium and with some other bands that have a specific sound, maybe the goth band, stuff
Hmm.
like that. This is another group that I don't know if you would say has a specific sound, but it's got a feel to it that's almost welcoming.
Yeah, 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 for sure. Yeah, there's an aesthetic here that's like, we're talking to everybody. Like, this
Hmm.
song still, To Be Ill is about, real life. It's about things
Yeah.
that you see every day in the city. And then I think the fact that they end it with, we're not saying we're better than anybody.
Mm.
We're just iller.
Yeah.
It's not bragging, it's just letting you know, like, yeah, man, we're
Yeah.
iller.
No, I get it. And I like it a lot how they're presenting it and how they're just like, this is
Yeah.
a skills over flash over
Right.
not substance. That sounds wrong, but this is definitely a skills first. They don't care about your car, your bling, your nothing.
Right.
Can you rap?
Yeah, yeah.
Can
And
you create hip hop?
yeah. And they sample Ghostface on this tune, which is cool.
Yeah.
So, anytime, even
I
if it's in
mean,
a sample, if a member of Wu-Tang Clan makes an appearance, you know.
well, that's because of they're the Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So, I started noticing on this song, on song two,
Yeah.
and then it breaks here in a little bit, and it goes into a. We'll get there. I
Yeah.
like the energy of this. It's so positive
Yeah. 100%.
without even like trying to be over cheesy positive, or it's not something that you would say leans on a Christian message like,
Sure.
Rusty Ship did.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just it's hip hop that we're used to hearing without the crime element.
Oh yeah, there's no crime in this whole album is just about chilling with your friends, chilling in the city, being a dope MC. Like
Hmm.
there's no crime in this album at all. Like, which
And that pulls or that leads right into what becomes the whole thing that happens in the experience of this. Well, or is that? Yeah, no, we'll get there. It's starting to get a
yeah,
little strange because I really like the positivity here
yeah,
because you hear hip hop that everybody loves, that everybody's all excited for every time it comes on. The messaging is just better. They're
yeah,
not trying to preach to you or nothing like that. It's just,
yeah,
I don't
for
know. I
sure,
liked
man.
it a lot. I like this, again, the feel, not like not like black exploitation, but that kind of
But definitely, yeah. No, I think it sounds like a late night '70s,
hmm.
you know, funky flick that you would turn on
Yeah, it's got
overnight. Yeah, dude, 100%, man. Yeah, yeah. I
like
was gonna.
did they make could we call it white exploitation?
I mean, you could, I suppose.
Because as we get later on, man, I can the vibes you can just feel them, and it's kind of that era, that Tommy Gun era gangster, but in
Yeah,
a we'll just have to talk about that when we get there because it's really
yeah, yeah,
neat.
for sure.
So this third song here,
Yeah,
it's just called The Same. At this
yeah.
point, I'm just like, I need lyrics. I'm writing down this has to change. I'm gonna have
All right,
to put some kind of effort
got to
into
figure it
lining up
out.
lyrics.
Yeah,
And then, all right, um, yeah, I broke out the red pen because this is where it starts getting interesting or weird for me or whatever. I
yeah,
just wrote that, if the machine or whatever you call that push this kind of positive hip hop
sure.
instead of like Jay-Z and all that hip hop,
Yeah,
all that stuff, first of all, would be gone because it wouldn't survive.
yeah.
And I think
Oh man, something happened. Ah, I don't know if you can hear me, but you are frozen. Okay, you froze for a quick minute, man.
Oh, okay. I'm
Dang.
starting to reach that point where it's like, man, this stuff was out there.
Yeah.
Why wasn't it getting pushed? It's really in my brain. It's so good as hip hop. It's better. I don't mean better, but it's
I mean,
just like all that other stuff that's super popular that has lyrics that people are worried about.
yeah,
Should you be hearing that?
yeah.
So it kind of solves that problem.
Right, right, right.
These guys are good. We've talked about it with these last couple hip hop albums and stuff. There are people out there that are just so creative and so good at putting you in their mindset.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, this is like a perfect song for that. Like
Mm,
the same is about Brooklyn. It's about how Brooklyn has changed, and you look back on it and you want your childhood. You want the Brooklyn that you grew up with,
yeah, I think we
but
can all relate to that.
it's never gonna be. You just have to accept it. You have to accept there's good things about the way it is
Right,
now, you know? And even if you're not from Brooklyn, you can relate to the changing environments, and the
right,
way things looking back on them as an adult, even how things aren't the same.
right.
And
They always change, especially
yeah,
with a area like Brooklyn that's got that,
right.
or maybe just notice it more in areas like this because the art in that area is so reflective of what's going on, right?
Yeah, yeah,
One
yeah.
thing you could say about the art, be it the music, the painting, even the movies that was coming out of that area or talking about that area, is yeah, there was some like crime movies that I'm thinking of, like Higher
Sure.
Learning. There was like some crime elements, but there was still this underlying kind of grit, kind of toughness that pull yourself up by your bootstrap
Yeah,
mentality that people say they like. That's the stereotypes. If you break it down, like we like Jay-Z because what? Maybe he's true to his word and he stands firm. Sure, it's in maybe negative ways,
yeah,
but this is all in this music, plain as day. It's just like we've talked about it a bunch, and I'm rambling about it now. It's just the
all good.
soundscape building, the way you can just close your eyes and feel like you're hanging out with these guys. We know these guys. I'm
Yeah,
sure somewhere we know these exact type of guys.
yeah, for sure, man. Um, and again, like I bought this during my time when I was trying to pick everything up that had Master Ace on it, and this
Yeah.
is the Master Ace track, which prompted me to buy the album. And it's just kind of neat. Like uh, one of them says, "Hey, you know who would work on this song? I'm hearing Master Ace," and then he just pops in, and then he's gone. 16 bars, and he's out. Um, and so I thought that was kind of a cool way to just work him into the album, but
Yeah, there's just
and he's a Brooklyn legend, so why wouldn't he be on a song about Brooklyn?
right. And
You
you've
know?
talked about him quite a few times now that we've been digging around in this hip
Yeah.
hop.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
Juice through,
enjoying.
man.
We're what, fourth song, getting ready to talk about the fourth song, and I'm enjoying the album. The weird experience or the break or whatever that I'm gonna talk about isn't the album's fault at all. It's
Yeah.
just an interesting thought thing that I had to stop and expand on.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
As far as the even this song, it's so good.
Yep. Yeah.
It's just the way they choose to use their voices and their delivery and again, just their soundscape building is it's pretty interesting. Like I said a few minutes ago, and you've agreed to, and I'm sure people listening will too. It's just easy to sit back and be there.
Yeah.
And we're only
Yeah.
three songs in.
Yep. I think one of the cool things about this album too is none of the songs really overstay their welcome. Like I don't think there's a song on here that's over 3 minutes, and if there is, I'd be surprised. It's 11 songs. It's 41 minutes.
Hmm.
So I mean, it's just they tell their story. They each get a verse, and they get out.
Yeah.
And there's none of that like I'm gonna rap forever.
Hmm.
You know, even though they do have guests on it and they are part of like a family, there's no like posse cuts where there's 12 rappers. It's
Yeah.
very it feels very deliberate. It feels like they
Mhm.
knew what they were gonna do and they made this album and they did it.
Yeah, and this came out in '07,
Yeah,
which there was interesting things going on in music in '07, especially hip hop that I made some notes of too.
yeah,
That I mean, this is just a good album. Where was the this is what this is a great hip hop album. If they'd have
yeah.
dropped this, it'd have been people's album of the year, maybe. Or what more do you want from it?
Yeah, I mean, some of that they were on Embedded, which is like a little tiny indie label out of New York. So that's
Yeah.
not, that hurts.
Yeah, it
But I
really
mean,
does.
reality, no matter how good it is, it probably was never going to get heard by a ton of people. But man, I wish it had, man.
They kind of actually talk about it in the next song that
Yeah,
it is what it
it is
is.
what it is, right?
They're just kind of like, I mean, again, not in a bad way or whatever. They'll be talking about these things that could be considered, I don't know, speed bumps or hiccups or
Yeah.
whatever in life. And they're just like, yo, it is what it is.
Hey, it is what it is. And I mean, that's an East Coast attitude for sure, man. You know, uh, I not to disparage anyone, but as I moved further away from back home, there are a lot of people who like to I don't know, man, maybe back home we're a little more emotionally stifled. I don't know, but people cling to things, man, and like, most of the time back home, especially dudes are just like, yeah, whatever, man, you got to move on. It is what it is. Shake it off, water off the back.
Right.
But
It's that hard-headed, not hard-headed even. It's this it's I don't know. It's
I
just the
mean, just
feel of that.
don't let it bring you down. You
Yeah.
gotta. It's another day, another check to get, another
Yeah, it
bill
is
to
what it
pay.
is. You just got to
Yeah,
do it.
yeah, man.
When you're in that's just when you're doing the thing, when
Yeah,
you're in the grind of it, ain't
yeah.
nothing you can do but embrace the suck. It
Right,
is what it is. Just
right. Yeah,
get through it. Yeah, we all know that. Hopefully, we all
yeah,
know that emotion, that feeling is like, ah. And the way they approach it in the song, I really liked too. I wish, again, that I would have had the lyrics just because
right.
the way, just their delivery, just that kind of, even their delivery is relaxed and
Mhm.
there's like no aggression or
Right.
anything like that at all.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
pure skill,
Yep.
pure can you, and I think that's the vibe of their whole thing, right? The iller than it's
Yeah.
can you do this thing better than me? And
Better
it's
than us. Yeah.
rap, hip hop. Yeah, not can you fight me? Can you outdrink me? Just
Yeah. Can you tell a story like we can tell a
yeah.
story? Can you?
Can you rap as good? Are your
Yeah.
beats as fresh? Are your
Right. Can you connect the way we connect? But speaking of delivery, so Cool Calm Pete makes an appearance on this, and he
Mhm.
comes in and he raps off beat, which I always think rappers who rap off beat, it's so interesting.
Wait, was he offbeat or was this the song that had that
Let me see. I'm pretty sure
boom
he
in it?
came.
There was a song that had this really neat like boom in it that
Yeah.
would go ahead.
No, no, I was just gonna say, yeah, no. Cool Calm Pete comes in and does the last verse, and he comes in late on the beat and just stays behind it the whole time. So
Hmm.
it's like rapping in between where you would think he would drop the lyric. And that's a whole nother skill all on its
Oh
own.
yeah.
Like there are people who rap like that and it can either sound amazing or it can sound terrible. Like Cool Keith doesn't rap on the beat. He raps off the beat and he always sounds really good. But like,
Right.
yeah, it's really cool to hear that, especially in their delivery and their cadence. So these guys follow the beat pretty close. Like they're very
Right.
traditional in that manner. But then they have this guest who just comes in and he closes the song. Last
Hmm.
verse, no chorus.
And it doesn't uh distract or
No, no, not
anything,
at all. Yeah.
it fits so well that it was once you pointed out, I was like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, dude, he's rapping behind the beat the whole time. It's like, whoa, it's neat.
It's using it in a different way, I guess, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of examples of that on this album, just little stuff that's innovative and like, oh, that was a really creative way to use the timing, like you were just talking about, or
Yeah.
to turn that phrase. And I like that a lot, of course. I like clever wordplay. I like the fun little winks and nods. And
Right.
I- that's the stuff I think is missing in mainstream hip hop because of the, let's say, attitudes of the performers.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, for
it's a
sure.
shame because I think people would like it, that old school. I mean, because we all still kind of talk trash to each other. And it's
Yeah.
not about putting you down or putting me down. It's just, man, I can talk some trash. Can you better than me? And it's kind of like a rivalry and a competition between, but in a good way. It's that old uh iron
Push each
sharpens
other, you know?
iron.
Yeah, iron sharpens iron. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
for sure, man. I think one of the things that's cool about this band too is they don't really dive into that. You
Hmm.
know, they make it a statement in the beginning, like you're talking a lot of shit coming out your neck, you know,
Hmm.
and then they state who they are, and then they just show you. You
Yep.
know, they're just like, this is what we do, and they do it for the whole rest of the album.
I mean, that's also a part of the of hip hop. You know, your
Yeah.
albums were more kind of like, what do they call that? Slam poetry. You know, it
Oh,
was
sure.
more like a statement, more like
Yeah.
a, not necessarily say a diss track, but you were still putting everybody on notice. You dropped that, you know, you were boom, here it is. It wasn't just Iller Than Theirs released a new album. Nah, it was
Right.
like, all right, they're gonna say something. Now everybody else is gonna have to listen and go, damn, we're gonna pick up
Right.
our games.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And you know, modern hip hop, I mean, a few years back, you know, there was that Gucci Gang song, you know, just repeating the word Gucci Gang 900
Oh,
times. That thing was like a
yeah.
huge hit, you know. So I wonder, like, if people are ready for music like this. Like, everybody seems to want samples and sound bites, and that's not what this album is, man. You
Not
sit
at
down with
all.
this album and you max out to it, you know, you vibe
Mhm.
out to it. So,
Maybe it's like we've been saying, or I've been saying, how people, sure, they might like music, but
yeah,
really what they mean is they want something on in the background that's helping them move their bodies around. That's
yeah,
why some of these, whatever lyrical content of these songs that get so popular are just dumb,
yeah.
but they still catch on. Like, I don't know the artist, but her song was like body yada yada yada, and
Oh, jeez.
it's stupid. But
Was that Nicki Minaj? I don't know.
no, but it's one of those.
Yeah, it
But
sounds like Nicki Minaj.
it's it does a
Megan Thee
thing.
Stallion, maybe.
Yeah, it's one of those.
She
But
was
it does a
she was the
thing where,
body, but anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I
yeah,
know what
it's
song
like,
you're talking about.
it's more like a trance.
Yeah,
It's more like, oh, I'm just moving around, and
right. Body, yada, 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 yada. Gucci
yeah,
gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Yeah, like what? Come on, man. You know, not for
I
me.
think it's approaches, man. You're talking about artists versus,
Yeah,
uh,
artist versus a commodity, I guess, like a product. You know.
yeah, yeah. You know, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Artists approaching it with art, and instead of approaching it as a business, as a, it's a, I don't know.
Yeah, if
I
I
don't know.
say body yaddy 9,000 times, people will be able to put it in their little video and
Hmm.
make TikToks to it. And, I mean, and that's one of the things too, though. In 2007, uh, there wasn't that yet, you know.
Right. Yeah.
So that's
To that, from where are my notes about 2007 hip hop? Things were getting weird in
yeah,
2007.
Yeah.
weird in a way that I even had fun looking at. I was like, oh, well, that's
Devin the Dude.
yeah,
Yeah, Devin the Dude. What is it? Jesus is in my Cadillac or something like that. Like
yeah.
he
Who
was really
knows?
popular, dude, for with the kids. I didn't really listen to him, but I know kids who I worked with loved Devin the Dude, man. I remember that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna end up getting into it. So we were just talking about what it is what it is.
Yeah, it
I
is
did
what it
like that
is.
song the way it grooved. I wrote down that it feels alive. It had
Yeah,
a very living kind of thing to it, which is interesting because for some reason I have a weird connection with playing a living or an instrument compared
Mhm.
to like making a beat.
Right, sure.
And usually in hip hop, it's that's missing for me. And it might groove or whatever, but I still it's like, oh, it's still missing whatever this element is. But this
Yeah,
song wasn't. It was there. It was like a living, breathing. It did the thing music does for me, I guess is what I'm saying. It just kind
yeah,
of gets in you, and you're enjoying it. And again, robbed by not having lyrics.
right, right. I think one of the things about good hip hop and bad hip hop is good hip hop uses like analog sounds and sounds that sound organic, you
Mm.
know,
Ooh,
and
organic. That's a good way to. Yeah.
yeah, and that's one of the this album and Chord's album and Doomtree and groups like that or artists like that. Um, they'll use sounds that you can hear on a jazz record or you could hear on a funk album or you could hear, on some space rock album or whatever. It's not. It doesn't sound super electronic,
Right.
and I think that makes it easier to connect with if you're a fan of real musicians and live music.
Right. Oh yeah. No, I start getting, as I've hinted a bunch, heavy into this whole thing.
Yeah,
And another song or so, that's when it just breaks apart. And I'm like, all right, we're gonna have to address. Not yet though. The fifth
yeah.
song, "Good People."
Oh man,
I
it's
just
some
like
good
this
people.
song.
Yeah, it's a great song, man. At the
Yeah.
beginning, uh, shout out to all the fold out couches and futons and whatever he says, the sectionals. Like he's talking about everybody who let him crash, and then he's like, and you know what? Props to me too, because I let people stay at my crib.
Yeah.
It's really cool, man. It's just vibes to
Yeah.
everybody
It's
who
that
helps everybody. It's yeah,
that's the thing that's a lot of people. Oh God, I'm about to make a connection here if I can. We know people who want to act like they are much more important than they are,
sure, sure,
but they never did all of this little grindy stuff like staying on the futons and
yeah,
recognizing your pals and understanding. So you can usually, if you compare, you see it plain as day. It's like, oh, you wanted all the accolades, but you didn't do any of the
didn't
work.
put in the work, yeah. Oh,
And these guys being a positive group were like, I loved it. I was doing what I was, I
yeah,
wasn't.
yeah.
I like the overall vibe. We all get it. The struggling, but you're not a burden. You're just your friends are still letting you crash, and you did it
Yeah.
too.
And I'm gonna be real, man. Like I've been homeless a couple times. I've been in and out of different situations. I have literally had friends who saved my life by letting me stay at their house. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
and to this day, like my house is open, man. If anybody needs a place to crash, if anybody needs, to come grab a sandwich, if I've got a sandwich to make them, you know,
right.
this is they're welcome, man. Like that's just, you know, and I relate to that, and it's not a message that you hear a ton in popular music. So it's cool that they wrote a song, about something like that. Just people helping people.
So there you are, sort of. My internet connection is unstable.
Wonder if that's why you froze earlier.
Maybe. Are we back to it?
Yeah, no, we're good, dude. Nothing happened. Yeah,
All right. So just at the end of that song, I wrote again red letters. I just put I love the positive vibe, and I think it matters.
yeah,
Like I'm really starting to hone in on this positive side of their what they're presenting. I'm like, this should have been. All right, so this is
yeah.
where it all starts to fall apart for me in a good way. This
Okay.
song is called After All.
Right. Right.
Right out the bat, right out whatever. This song is so good.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Again, how is this not blowing? What was that coming out in '07? Stuff by like T.I. and
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
just mind numbing, forgettable, like we were just talking about. All the hooks were just catchy to be in your head, hip hop. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah. Yeah.
there's this.
Yep.
The,
Yeah.
the demographic is everyone.
Yeah,
And
man.
they're not preaching at you. They're not. So in my notes, I just like, all right, I think I've had enough. I'm gonna have to try to figure out what this is
Yeah. Yeah.
because these guys are presenting hip hop that everybody loves. Everybody,
Yep.
all these hip hop heads in a positive way that, all right. So we know it's a very odd thought to kind of get together. I had said earlier that I really wish the machine would get behind these kind of artists
Yeah.
because we
Definitely.
know these artists. Unfortunately, these are the guys in your factories that are, since they don't have that machine money, they're just getting ground down and time's getting taken from them because, of course, I can't make whatever new beat because I got to work 48 hours a week.
Right. Right.
And that's a little bit of what started to bother me. And I was like, I don't understand because if you took the machine and something ridiculous like I don't know these advances they give these kids and these artists and they go out and buy their Batmobiles and their giant bling.
Right.
But with these kind of artists, I could almost guarantee you that you would give them the money and they would pay their bills and make sure their family's fed so they have the time
Yep.
to make more music.
Right.
And
Put it
then they
back in
would
the
invest
art.
their chain money on a better machine, which in turn makes them better, which makes the music they put out better, which makes more money. And it's so obvious to me. That's where it, like I said, kind of broke my brain. It's like it has to be intentional. And I
Yeah.
like that kind of thing anyway with the tinfoil hat and all that.
Right. Right. Right.
It has to be intentional because as I was thinking this, I was thinking about how they represent their music with the way the sounds fit
Yeah.
together, the way they flow and groove, and it's natural. If we took something like, I don't know what's going on in the world of hip hop, but something that's
Yeah.
representing that bad side of things that I mentioned,
Yeah.
you just compared what the music's doing, right? The aggressive gangster, I'd say negative energy hip hop. Even the music's kind of got negative connotations, right? It's choppy,
Sure.
blocky,
Yeah.
it's in your face, it's aggressive. The flows are
Yeah.
swagger, but almost like a fight you swagger.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you flip it over to this album, all the stuff that you love from hip hop supposedly is there, right?
Yeah.
Just not the negative. It hurt my head.
I get it, man. I get
Yeah.
it. I listen to stuff like this, and it's just like I play this stuff for my friends, especially when I first get it. I play my friends who are hip hop heads. Like
Mhm.
man, you got to hear this new album, man. And no one's like, oh, this is terrible. Nobody thinks it's crap.
No.
I mean, but yeah, like in 2007, I got this. I got chords. I got Fort Minor. That was the hip hop that I was listening
Oh
to.
yeah. Was
I
Fort
mean,
Minor 2007?
um, I got all those albums around the same time. So yeah, I think it
Some of those
was
tracks
around.
on Fort Minor were surprisingly good.
Dude, that's a really good rap album. Like people did not expect the rapper from
Lincoln
from
Park.
Linkin Park to make a hip hop album, but it's just a straight. And it's from an interesting perspective too, because he's Asian. I can't remember what. I don't want to, say.
Oh, I
Is he
don't know.
Korean? But I mean,
I
there's
don't.
songs on there about growing up Asian, like his, his heritage and stuff. It's an
Yeah.
interesting take, man. But
Yeah, there's some stuff that by them that I really enjoyed. They did a thing as like I don't know, something goofy like AOL live sessions
yeah,
where they had like a live kind of like a marching band kind of thing in there with them. And the guy you're talking about, Mike Shinoda,
like Shinoda, yeah,
I'm sure it was maybe pre-planned, but
right,
he does this thing like because musicians that know kind of how to flow together like that. He
yeah,
does this thing where he starts to address just this drummer guy, and he's like, "All right, it's all right, slow it down, slow it down." And the way he's doing it in the groove of the whole song, and they're slowing the drums down, and it's
yeah.
just, I don't know. To me, it's another example of what I was trying to say about song. I don't know. The one that I said was just living. It's got
Yeah.
that. I don't know. And to me, mainstream hip hop doesn't have that.
No, it really doesn't. And I
It
think,
sounds more like it's cutting something off. It's
yeah, yeah,
I'm the final say of because I'm the big boss. Cut
yeah,
off. No more nothing. Where
yeah,
this kind of album is like, it is what it is, but we're still grooving. We're still,
yeah, yeah. And which, let's see, think, yeah. So after all, right? That's the track we're on.
yeah, that's the
Um,
one that I was just like, at this point,
yeah, it had
it's a
like a,
crime that this was never.
yeah. Well, and I mean, part of it, unfortunately, is going to be the production too. Like the backbone of this song is a really cool, like jazz groove.
Mhm.
It's harder to sell a jazz groove than it is to sell. You know what I mean? It just, unfortunately, you know,
No, it's not, man. Good song is good song.
I believe that too. But I mean, I think to the majority of radio listeners,
It's because they tell you that only Kanye's beats are good,
right, right,
or only, I don't know, Timbaland for a while. And it's like,
yeah,
no, they have a style that's them or whatever, but
right,
I don't know. Maybe it's again what I've been hinting at or whatever. Iller than theirs is more just inviting. It's more like, sure, they're throwing down that gauntlet saying you can't rap as good as we are or as we can, but we still invite you over to try.
yeah,
Where
yeah,
mainstream hip hop's like, nah, I'm the illest, and
yeah,
here's my gun that makes my word the final. And it's like,
fair,
you know
yeah,
what I mean? Where's the creative in that? And somebody saying, like, Dad, sometimes you go, because I said so.
yeah, yep,
It's just
exactly,
musical form, it's just so stop, so very aggressive, so very final kind of sounds, right? It's very not cut, but hip hop to me that I hear, especially this gangster genre, is
yeah,
very choppy.
yeah. No, I get what you're saying, dude.
And
Yeah,
this isn't at all, but it's still the same sounds, the same stuff you like, the same swagger. These
yep,
guys have that confident swagger that everybody likes about MCs.
yep, yep. But their confidence comes from their ability, not from
Hmm.
how many kilos they moved. So yeah,
Yeah, they're not fronting. There's no front on this album. And that's why it's not about you. We know most of these rappers aren't flipping or moving all these kilos. That's just
yeah,
what they chose to rap about.
right, 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 right.
And this song is iller than theirs. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree, man. I
Hip hop,
agree.
the community's being robbed. Like
Yeah,
not
yeah,
knowing about these guys, you're just hurting yourself if you're a hip hop fan.
yeah. I'd be interested to see what Nuclear Family is doing nowadays, if they're even doing anything. Just the collective.
Right.
Because at this point, it's been 20 years that they've been together, so it'd be interesting to see
Right.
if they
And that
kind of fell
collective thing
apart.
is neat. We
Yeah,
heard it with the Doom Tree, and
yep,
I like yeah, it'd be worth checking out.
yeah, oh, for sure.
So long rant over. That's how good this album is. That I was just like, God damn it. They should have pushed this album
Yeah,
instead of
yeah, for sure. So
all
what's
right. So
what's
what's a
next?
smorg?
I don't know. Well, okay. So is Smorg? Let me see. Yeah, so here's what I no, that's not the right track. Yeah, I don't know what a smorg is, man. But the song is just about making it through life. I know that.
Hmm.
Just getting through it, man.
The groove on
Yeah.
this song is so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just the classic definition of cool. This is the song I was talking about when I said it, when they were building their soundscape. There's this like groove feel of that. I don't know. I'm not good with dates, but that Tommy
Right.
Gun era speakeasy kind of vibe.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
But
I'm
from the perspective not of, yeah, we're scheming to get our next man, whatever.
yeah.
It's still the guy still kicked back with his fedora cocked, and you can imagine with the jacket on. You know the scene, you can picture it perfectly, and
Yeah.
it's just he's taking a minute because in a minute now he's got to get back and get up to that grind. You got to
Yeah.
make sure that do what we call man shit. You got to
Yeah.
make sure your shit's in order, which involves grinding and strong will, which we like out of these not stereotypes, archetypes.
Archetypes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I don't
like
know.
the I like the end. I like the breakdown at the end, like the scratching and stuff. We talked about
Mhm.
that before. I wish it was a little longer, to be honest, because I love turntablism. I'm such a
Yeah.
big fan of that stuff. So the fact that they included some at the end was really cool to me. Um, I like that part of the song a lot. And when it got over, I was just like, "Oh man, already?"
Yeah.
But yeah, I dug that.
Yeah. I just thought, again, another great constructed song. The
Yeah,
groove of it is it's just cool.
dude, this next song is so good, so good. Girl song,
Oh, gosh.
love it, dude. Love it. Now, you hear a title like Girl Song, right?
Hmm.
And you think it's either maybe they're writing some kind of a love song and they're calling it Girl Song to be, you know,
Yeah.
sarcastic or it's like Girls by the Beastie Boys, something kind of. But this song is actually about celebrating women, man, and like
Hmm.
appreciating women for what they are and not wanting a whore. Like they literally say that they want to find a true woman, man,
Right.
you know? And
Right.
and there's a little breakdown where they say shake that intelligence, work that self-respect. I
Right.
think
Well,
it's
we all
fire,
know.
man. It's funny, but it's like, I love that. Shake that intelligence. I don't know. It's just cool,
No,
man.
no, I get it too. They're just,
Yeah.
they're doing the thing. They're like, show off the thing I like.
Yeah, yeah. This would be on another hip hop album, the show
Shake
your
your
titties and
ass.
shake your ass track. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But instead it's, show me
A
how
good,
smart you are. Show me how much.
positive hip hop song from an
Yeah.
everyday perspective.
Yep.
These
And
are
I
the,
mean, they do talk about sucking on titties and rubbing on thighs. It is in there. They're not saying, hey, we don't want to fuck. They're
yeah,
saying we want to fuck a chick who we respect and who respects themselves.
yeah. Well,
So,
we've talked about this too.
yeah.
There's a guy talk element, right? Where
Yeah.
we can be like, damn, I don't know, whatever word, damn, bitch is hot. We
Right.
don't
Right.
actually mean it
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
bad way. It's just we're dudes, we're awkward, we want to sound cool, so we're
Yeah.
used to trying to sound. All we're saying is beautiful, whatever. I
Yeah.
appreciate the presentation of human.
Yeah. Dude, when I think about guy talk, you've seen 40-year-old version, right?
Hmm.
So when Steve Carell is like, when you just grab some big tits and they feel like big wet bags of sand. Because he's never actually touched a woman before.
Right.
It's too funny, dude.
Well,
Too
there's
funny.
actually a flip side to that too, where as I had gotten older and had a bunch of great women in my life that to us, we know it's just you and I joking,
Yeah.
man, that woman is hot.
Yeah.
But there's also that other element of it that as guys, we don't really have to worry about. There's that at any time,
Yeah. Yeah.
man can overpower most.
Right. It's funny because I used to work at Perkins as a line cook, right?
Mhm.
And my back was kind of bothering me one time, so I bent over to kind of like stretch my back out on one of the counters.
Mhm.
And one of the waitresses, who I didn't know, dude, this is only like my second day, she came around the corner and smacked me on the ass with a serving tray,
Yeah.
and then was like, hey, I couldn't help it; it was right there. If I had done that to a chick, completely different situation. But I was
Yes and
like,
no.
but I
I used
dug
to
it.
know
So, but it's just weird that dynamic. So it's
we knew girls that sometimes you would just playfully. I mean, I don't as much anymore
yeah,
because it's just weird. But
yeah,
I could see it a little. Like we know female workers in the business that we could have probably smacked like that in a playful way and been like, haha, because so
yeah.
I
But
see
she
that
didn't know
side of it.
me. She didn't know me at all. Like that was my introduction to this chick. It was her smacking me on the ass.
She was letting you
So
know it's cool. Welcome to it. We're gonna have a good time.
yeah, I was cool with it. But
Should
it's
have used
just
it to your advantage. You should have been like, I don't know,
we
spank me
hung out a
harder,
few
mommy.
times. Yeah, we hung out a few times.
Well, while we're here, what does hung out mean?
I mean, not as much as I wanted to hang out.
Fair.
Like, yeah, basically, she was 22, but she was still living with her parents. So we went on like a date and stuff, and the plan was that I was going to spend the night. And then her mom said that she didn't want me to spend the night because she didn't know me,
Mm,
so I had to leave. And then that was the only time we hung out because I moved.
right.
And I came back. It was in Wisconsin. I went back to visit a couple times, and every time I went back to visit, she told me, she wasn't sure about meeting up or whatever. And then it ended up she was actually dating somebody else by the time I came back to visit. She told me that
Mm,
after like the second time of standing me up. So, so yeah, she was like, I didn't want to be a bitch, but I'm dating somebody and I don't want to screw it up. And I
right.
was like, no worries, man. So we actually never even kissed. We just hung out and had a good time and like clearly liked each other, you know what I mean? But
Mm,
didn't like act on it.
yeah, it didn't work for whatever reason. It that happens.
Yeah.
It's funny
I
to
was
look back, like what
I'm
must have the dads
well,
thought.
it was just her mom. It wasn't her dad. Her dad wasn't around. So
Fucking moms work too. God,
yeah.
the
So
just I would love to know if there was some way we could call up or even find these different parents that
yeah.
we interacted with their daughters.
Yeah, and I mean she was 22, and at that point I was 30 or 31. So I was a bit older than her.
Right. But
You
you
know.
weren't,
She
I guess
wasn't
what
like
I'm
way
getting
out
at
of
is you
bounds,
weren't
I don't
being,
think, but
yeah. I was just getting at you weren't being trying to be creepy.
yeah.
So, and then I was just laughing at how that could look from different angles.
Sure, sure,
And
sure.
that made me think I'd love to just honestly hear, even if it's as bad as, I wanted to murder that little punk. I hated everything
Right,
about it.
right,
I
right,
just,
right.
just the different perspective of, because I don't feel like I was being any kind of creepy kind of
Yeah.
like,
I think
but we're all
most
talking perspective, we might think it's fun and
yeah.
slightly dangerous to sneak into a girl's room at,
Sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't think
imagine what a, go ahead.
oh, sorry, dude. I just don't think any of my girlfriend's parents liked me.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I legitimately don't. I don't think I had a single girlfriend or wife whose parents
yeah,
liked me. I think Kara's dad thought I was all right. But I know the rest of her family did not, you know.
yeah.
So yeah.
No, I know that feeling. I
Yeah.
don't,
And I mean, honestly, part of it is I've generally speaking dated women who were out of my uh social class,
okay.
like women with money, like for the most part,
Mm,
like families who had money, like,
right.
and whatever that looks like, whether it's because like they were farmers
Hmm.
who had land and saved up and they, whatever,
Yeah.
or they just like had good jobs and or rich families, whatever, you know, there's different things. Um, and then the other thing is too, I've always dated younger women. There's always been, you know, at least a 5 year age gap, and most of the time it's been bigger. Like Kara and I was 11 years.
Right.
I mean,
Maybe
yeah,
maybe I don't want to know some of those old perspectives
yeah,
just
yeah.
because
Well,
I think
they
it's
were,
funny now because I could go, huh, yeah, I could see why you would think that.
yeah,
But it would kind of suck to if let's say, I don't know, pick a mostly innocent relationship you had,
yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
and then you hear the other perspective and it's like, you were always maybe your jokes were selfish sounding to my daughter, or I don't know, you always seem like you didn't
yeah. Uh, man, I don't know if we're getting what you're saying or not.
care, and you'd be like, fuck. Or oh man, I like doing it because
Yeah,
there it goes again.
yeah, yeah. You froze up for a second, but you're back now.
Yeah. I don't know.
It wasn't
It's
very
just
long
the
that time.
perspective. Yeah. It was telling me to shut up about it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, because like I said, with me, it was always either a class thing or an age thing. I always pretty much knew right from jump how the parents felt about me. You
Yeah.
know, like people who have money don't want their daughters dating poor kids and or
Right.
poor men, you know.
Right.
Uh, People who have a daughter who is 25 don't really want them dating a dude who's 32, you know, just that's just not.
Yeah.
But, you know, I
No,
don't,
I do. I
yeah,
just think it'd be interesting to know some of these perspectives just
yeah,
for the. I always found that fascinating anyway. Like we talked about with my buddy Nate told me how he went to the same concert, different experience.
yeah.
But I think you're maybe what you're saying is it might not be something I really want to know.
Yeah, dude. I mean, unless you can take it from a I don't give a fuck perspective,
Well,
you
yeah,
know?
done is done.
Yeah,
It would probably hurt my feelings like, oh, no, I didn't mean to.
yeah, yeah, yeah. See, I mean, we've known each other for a while now. Like, sometimes I'm awkward and sometimes I say inappropriate stuff and makes people look at me like, what the fuck? But for the
Right,
most part, I'm pretty respectful, you know, I'm
right.
pretty like accepting of other people and things like that. So I really think that most of the hate that I got as a young man navigating the dating world
Hmm.
was logistic. You know what I mean? It was either money or age. And I never, you know, to be clear, like I never dated like anyone who wasn't legal, anyone who wasn't like,
Right.
you know, out of high school, an adult. You know, like that never happened. So
I
yeah.
never had any situation where like class, but I'm pretty middle. I mean, my life honestly could probably be a Roseanne style sitcom. I'm pretty middle ground. Shelbyville's pretty suburban, like
Yeah.
Seymour, pretty suburban.
Right.
So it's nothing, there's not, for me, there's nothing there. It's just, I'm an average dude. I'm
Yeah.
just like these guys. Bringing it
Yeah.
back to this album.
Right on.
It's just, these guys loved hip hop enough to go, we want to make that. And
Yeah.
it's good enough to where we're sitting down talking about it, just relating. And isn't that what you want out of your music, out of your art, is for you or us, for here, it's the listener to feel like we did or like
Yeah.
they did.
Definitely. So the next track is funny because it's called Low Top Sneakers. And
Hmm.
you think it's going to be about status symbols and stuff,
Hmm.
but it's really not. Like it's about kind of moving in silence, and there's a lot of food metaphors where like food is a symbol of growth. Like I'm a eat so I can get stronger, so I can get bigger, but it's not necessarily the physical act of eating. You know, eating is a
Right.
metaphor. And I thought that was really cool. Um, there's a cool lyric where he says, "I stick to myself like Velcro in silence." I thought that was really cool. Um,
Well, you said something about their wordplay earlier that was
yeah,
really like kind of on the nose, is how they're not talking about the Book of Enoch or hidden messages from the gods or anything that, or science, or
yeah,
it's regular life, but it's clever in a
yeah,
way that you'll get it and you'll go, huh? Oh man, me too. This is the kind of stuff when your buddy would have said it, you'd have been like, ah, and you'd dap him up or
yeah,
high
for
five.
sure.
You'd be like, that's fire line, my dude.
Yeah,
It's
man. Yeah,
these guys are the guy. They're if you knew these guys, you'd probably be like, oh shit, the dudes are gonna be playing fucking over at the let's go. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Let's go
They're
check them
those
out at
guys.
the knitting club or whatever.
Yeah. Did you run into Tony? Tone? Yeah, what's he doing? Honestly, he was sitting down writing some shit at the cafe. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, just say about his mom and yeah, yeah. Just talk about the game. Yeah, yeah. That's we
yeah,
know these guys. It's real people. It's everyday life with that swagger and toughness and willpower and constitution and the always move forward, never break mentality of hip hop,
yep,
just
yeah,
presented in the perfect way for people. For all who doesn't, hip hop is is a demographic thing, right? Older generations like our dads, my
yeah.
dad don't get hip hop,
Right, sure, sure, sure. Yeah.
but they probably would this
I
if they
mean, you would
sat
hope.
down and listened to it. I know my dad would. He'd catch something like that song I said had that weird cinema vibe and be like, I mean, I kind of like what these guys are saying here. It's
Yeah, 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 yeah,
so good, man.
yeah. I agree, man.
This was a good recommendation. Like, I love it. I
Thanks, man.
love it. I'll be telling my buddy about it, who's a big hip hop head later.
Right on. Cool. Yeah.
Like,
Anybody who likes hip hop, man, check this mother
oh
sucker
yeah,
out.
absolutely. Especially like me, if you like, well, we talked about Doomtree and shared that with you guys, and any of the boom bap stuff like Czarface. You'll love all of this.
Yeah. I mean, one of their missions is to throw it back to the golden era of hip hop, which I
Mm.
mean, that's, the people who are doing that, Czarface, RA the
Mm.
Rugged Man, you know. I
And they're
do
doing
think
it in a
it's
way that's a growth, that's a
yeah,
real representation of the art.
absolutely. Absolutely, man.
And this
So
song is a banger, of course. So
yeah,
good.
yeah.
It was the one that made me write right here. Not pushing this album was a crime against art and music.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
It's too good to be sitting without hip hop heads hearing this. It's too good.
Yeah. And man, who knows? Maybe if this album had actually sold, we would have got three or four more Iller Than Theirs records by now. You
Right.
know? I
It
mean,
would have sparked, and that was part of what I was trying to get at with my weird rant. It would have sparked, of course, because say this would sell. Hip
yeah,
hop heads all around the world, all your Eminem fans and all of that would have bought this album.
right, right.
So would that have caught on instead of Eminem's weird kind of I'm a psychopath rap?
I don't know, man. Would have been nice to see.
Or maybe that's why this kind of thing doesn't, because it's not wrapped up in this
Right.
gimmick. Maybe
That's
that's why
true.
this
There's no
doesn't
big package, man. It's just two guys,
that love hip hop. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So the
that was the
next
last
track.
song on the album, isn't it?
Now we
No,
still got two
no,
more
no.
songs,
Wash
man.
Rinse.
We got Splash,
Hmm.
Wash, Rinse, Repeat.
Yes,
And
Splash was.
Splash is the most serious song on the album, I think. Like I was getting, they're talking about depression and they're talking about making a splash, but are they talking about making a splash like jumping off a bridge? Or are they talking about making a splash like getting famous? You know what I mean? It's a very
Maybe
interesting.
that's the point. Maybe they're
Yeah,
playing with the word, the actual interpretation of the word.
yeah, exactly, man. It's a really clever, clever way that they frame it, you know?
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying about the cleverness in the hip hop. It's like you said, it's not, or like we both said now, it's not You don't need a thesaurus. You're not going to have to
Right.
Google this word.
Right. Everybody knows the word splash.
Yeah,
You
but you're
know?
still going to go, oh, like we are right
What do
now.
they
Is he
mean? Yeah.
saying splash water, make a splash impact? Is he saying splatter? It's
Right. 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 And then there's elements of this song that talk about kind of finding yourself, whether it's as an artist or as a human being. I mean, this is a really cool track. And it's
it's
just a little bit.
it's just hammering home what I've been saying about how
Yeah.
this is just a great experience without it being a gimmick.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And like I said, it's a little bit darker than the rest of the songs on the album, but man, that's okay. You
Yeah,
know? Um,
they don't wallow in it. It's not.
yeah, not at all. Yeah, yeah. It still keeps moving, you know.
Yeah, yeah, it really does. It's still a representation of just two dudes, two
Yeah.
normal. You know what I mean? These guys are probably watching fucking the fights on Saturday nights, or well, no, they're probably performing somewhere on Saturday.
Right.
But
Hopefully.
they're
Yeah.
probably just normal dudes.
Yeah. Hopefully somebody's booking them somewhere.
Yeah. Nah,
Uh,
they're probably like they probably still live maybe in the same area, but they got to work and they have
yeah.
kids now, and it's like, you want to come over and do some of that iller than theirs? I mean, I want to, but we're working. They're making us work Saturday, and
Man, I hope not, man. I hope they're still getting to,
I want to
live a
know. I
portion
mean,
of
they're
the dream.
still
Yeah.
didn't get any work. Couldn't have got well. Could have drugs and all that. I was gonna say couldn't have got any worse.
Right.
So that was Splash. It's just it's another great song on the album.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, there's stuff in it, like you were saying, that would stand out
Right.
if I had the lyrics in front of me. This won't happen again.
Right on.
Anything we pick up, we choose that's hip hop.
Got to figure
I'm
out
going
some
to,
way to get the lyrics.
yes, I'm going to put in a more concentrated effort. There's going to be stuff we're not going to get.
Yeah.
But I almost went back to listen to this twice. But then I was like, yeah, but that'll kind of mess up my.
Right. The initial take is always, that's
Yeah,
what I've
I
been
just,
doing. Like, I want to give people even though I've heard this album, I've had it. So,
right.
but yeah, I want to give people the freshest take that I can. Like, that's
Right. It's just there's so much stuff, especially in this hip hop what we've been covering that's clever wordplay that plays right into the kind of things I like that
yeah,
makes you think that and I know these guys are doing it too. I guarantee you there's 100 lines, probably in each song you would just go, that hits. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
yeah, I feel that. Just that real I don't know. That's what I
yeah,
put. It's just real life. It's a hip hop expression of just real, normal
yeah,
life.
100%, man. So then the last track is Wash, Rinse, Repeat. First of all, I think it's kind of cool that they mentioned 1010 Win.
I didn't get the reference. What's that?
Yeah, right. 1010 Win is an AM station out of New York City that has a really strong broadcast signal, so you can actually get it like all over the state.
Oh, okay.
So even living 6 hours from the city in Ithaca, you could listen to 1010 Win. And it's a sports station, but
Yeah.
I love that they mentioned 1010 Win. I thought that was
Yeah.
fucking cool.
It's
So
it's
and
cheap,
other
not
people are gonna be
cheap.
like, what is 1010 Win? But since I, grew up in New York, like, yeah, man, 1010 Win. Um,
It's we've both I don't know, maybe you've done it. I've cut promos in my actual hometown. So
sure.
I got to do it in a turn heel sort of way, but I got to
Yeah.
do this thing that I'm trying to get at here where I said, the example was like my first kiss happened at the park. I think it was called Shields Park. It's like a not cheap pop, which is what I was
No,
going to say.
yeah.
It's just a way that the person delivering the rap or the promo says, "I'm you. I
Right.
did that too."
Right.
And
It's
these
a way
guys
to like
do
give a
it
little
all.
wink and a nod, a little extra connection to somebody who, there's going to be a limited amount of people who are going to understand, but the ones who do are going to be like, yeah, man,
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
my guy right there. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's part of the whole experience too, because
yeah,
now we'll go, who are they talking about? Well,
right.
now I want to,
Yeah,
I
what's
love these
the
guys.
but yeah, I thought this track was like a real showcase of skill
The last
because
one, yeah,
yeah,
home
because
run.
there's no chorus or anything. The only thing that repeats is the words wash, rinse, repeat. And they both just flow over the
Yeah,
beat, man. And it's good stuff. But
there was no, I wrote that there's no fat.
yeah,
There's no extra. I don't mean extra, right? In the way as extra is good. I mean, there's no, it's trimmed down. It's packaged perfectly. This is it. It's ready to go.
yeah. I mean,
It's,
like I said, 11 tracks, 41 minutes.
yeah, it's
In and
your
out, man.
five-star match. It's your people that create know what this song is. Sometimes you just and out of the park it goes. And
Yep.
that's this song. It's a great representation of the album overall. It I thought it kind of incorporated.
Mhm.
I thought it kind of like threw back a little over the whole album. There was just
Sure.
a couple of times where I'm like, "Oh, he's talking about, wait a minute."
Yeah,
Like he
yeah, yeah.
referenced his own song.
I mean, why not?
Yeah,
He in one of
I
the
thought that was
tracks,
cool.
Tone Tank says that he's his favorite rapper. You know, Tone Tank says my favorite rapper's Tone Tank.
I mean,
I mean, or Tank.
you're
I think he might say Tank Tone, but either way, he's talking about himself. He
right.
says he's his own favorite rapper. So
I
why
mean, you're
not?
in a genre that's known for being braggadocious. That's a pretty good.
Yeah, my favorite rapper is me, baby. You know. So
Ain't that the right attitude to have, though?
yeah,
Like,
hell yeah, yes. I do think one thing that I noticed about this last track is the beat is a little more modern. Like the production on it's a little bigger. Uh,
mhm,
I think it's an 808 to be honest. Like I'm not, you know,
right.
um, but yeah, I thought that was cool. Like if they were gonna introduce themselves to modern hip hop, this might have been the track to do it with. But
Oh, this track would have blown up.
yeah,
In '07, like I said earlier, there wasn't a lot going on. I took a couple little notes because I thought it was worth noting the
yeah,
things that were actually happening.
yeah.
Like, um, there was kind of this weird shift, according to what I was reading, where that whole gangster rap was fading off and you were getting more like luxurious. You were getting less street, more Gucci, like you said, Gucci thug,
Yeah,
thug with fashion, more flash, more and less
right,
grime. I think
right,
that's
right,
kind of
right.
interesting, which this would have fit right in because if they were
Yeah,
getting over the grimy part of hip hop, here's this stuff like what Ti was popular in '07, and then
yeah.
that's when he got busted for his weird stuff.
Guns. Yeah.
Yeah, and weird sex stuff later too, right?
Was there weird sex stuff with Ti? I just knew about the guns. Oh.
Little Wayne, like,
Mm,
where do you
yeah.
even like just examine that guy?
Yeah.
That was popular, and then that weird like Kanye and 50 Cent were
Right.
together.
Kanye was blowing up in '07. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like a weird, yeah,
Lupe
overall negative
Fiasco,
vibe.
maybe?
What?
Lupe Fiasco?
Yeah, yeah, Lupe. Well, there were still, I could flip this around too, even though mainstream was kind of like trash, or
Yeah.
at least reaping what it sows because it'd been so whatever for so long. But
Yeah.
you were talking about Lupe Fiasco
I
and like
like Lupe.
Fort Minor were doing some stuff.
Right.
The other two guys in Fort Minor are,
Styles of Beyond. Yeah.
yeah, Styles of Beyond. They were doing
Yeah.
cool stuff.
Yeah. Well, Styles of Beyond had been around for since like the freaking early 2000s, late '90s. They've been making stuff forever.
Yeah, quite a while.
Yeah.
So there was stuff going on. It's just I don't know. This is underground. That's why they call this underground. Is for some
Yeah.
reason it's
Yeah.
just
I
a
mean, what if
machine.
this had been on Sony? You know?
These guys would be.
Yeah.
It would have changed. I think it would have changed if you would have got behind it correctly. Say this hits instead of the Chronic.
Man. Man.
It's really the Chronic was just an early hip hop album. That's why everybody's on it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But if something like this would have hit, so you would still get all the sounds and everything everybody loved in hip hop, and you don't have the negative. I really
Yeah.
think this album would have caught on and probably this would have been like Beastie Boys level people talking about hip hop because it's so good. It's accessible to everybody. Hell, your parents, if you were a kid right now, say you're 16 and
Yeah.
listening to this, your dad's not going to be like, turn that off. What are you listening
Yeah. I
to?
hope
There's
not.
more
Yeah.
chance he's going to be like, oh, wait, what did he say?
Yeah.
I think stuff like that's special. Maybe that's what I'm trying to get at. An album like this, a group like this, it's just
Yeah.
special.
It's a great hip hop album, man. I wish that they had more of a legacy for people to get, hook onto, but they came in, they dropped this thing, and it's fire, man.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely. It is. Like, I that's what that's been happening the last couple these hip hop albums we've talked
Yes.
about. We've picked because we know they're not basic. We're not
Yep.
throwing in whatever Lil Wayne is doing,
Right.
That's not what these kind of artists are doing. And that's maybe
Yeah.
why it's underground because
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think you and I have similar taste in hip hop, even though
Yeah,
I
well,
can.
we love music, and the
Yeah.
more music is represented in the whatever,
Right.
like
Right.
if it's just say a cheap little beat like back in the day and Tupac rapping over it, I'm
Yeah.
probably not going to dig it. I'm going to
Right.
be like, nah, I ain't got that feel.
Right. Yeah. See, and I was gonna say, even though I can fuck with some of the more gangster rap and some of the, I dig that. But I mean, as far as the stuff that I really, really like this album, the Chords album, the hip hop that the Fort Minor track, the Fort Minor album,
Yeah.
I like MF Doom and Danger Doom. I frick that Danger Doom album. It's fucking
He
brilliant, man.
there was a line about um Doom. I wear a
Yeah.
mask like Doom, but not on this
Mm.
album that was so fire, and I meant
Yeah.
to write it down, but the
Yeah.
next thing he said sent my mind off in another.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fire, dude. Name check Doom on here,
Yeah,
which is really
in a
cool.
really creative way, and I
Yep.
thought that was super cool.
Yeah.
It's just maybe it's the accessibility or the everyman writing of it.
Mhm.
Is this the Bruce Springsteen of hip hop? Is this the all accessible?
I mean, maybe this genre, maybe not these guys because they didn't, but
Right. I don't know.
yeah.
It's always neat to run into it too because like we've been harping on, not a big following. They didn't get what they
Yeah.
deserved for sure.
Yeah.
And you sit back and hear something like that and just like, wow, what a shame.
Right.
What a like just a disservice to music as a whole.
Yes. I agree, man. I agree.
But that's kind of what we're doing, right? We're trying to fix this shit.
Hopefully,
One
man.
listener
It'd
at
be
a
nice.
time.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we blow up and some people are like, wow, man, there's all this music out there, It'd be dope.
It's got to be. I mean, if we're still out here loving music, there's got to be other
Yeah.
people that it's
Yeah.
the universe. It brings us all together. It speaks. We time travel with it.
Yeah, man.
Something about music and imagination. That combination is special.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, I
agree.
got to hang out in Brooklyn with basically people just
Yeah.
like me, really.
Yep.
and
Yep.
they told me about, man, they got to get up and go to work, or
Yes, sir.
the same shit that we.
Yeah. Yeah, this album, man. So, like I said, this album to me feels like a late night flick from the 70s, that you're catching when you can't sleep during the 80s. Like
Yeah,
that's
like
what
a
it feels like
almost
to
like a
me.
buddy
Yeah.
kind of, because of the
Yeah.
way they and you could tell these guys are probably lifelong friends too.
Yeah, they seem close. Yeah, the way
Yeah,
yeah.
just the way they work with each other's styles too. It's like
Yeah. Yeah. And if they're
cohesion
not
together.
close, I mean, good for them. But I feel like they probably hang out.
Yeah, I get the feeling you didn't just like, can you spit some bars?
Right.
Cool. Nice to meet you, Tony from work. Would you
Totally.
like to
Yeah.
come over and awkwardly spit? Yeah, you're gonna be friends.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, man. Um,
That's an interesting dynamic too, while we're talking about music and
yeah.
creation, how some people can work with their friend and create together, and other artists that we've either made fun of, like Trent Reznor, or are more single vision type artists.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. I interviewed Moonlight Seekers, right?
Oh, how'd that go?
Oh, it was so good. Great interview. Fun guys, man. Easy to talk to. We did about 45 minutes or so and just real simple, breezy, got all the meat, and yeah, it was a good time, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have them back on, I think, when their next album comes out next year. But they kind of talked about how they came together, and it was sort of a combination of like we knew each other and we respected each other musically.
Hmm.
And it's Timo's vision, but they all work on it, and they
Okay.
help each other put the parts together, and like they help him tweak lyrics when he's not 100% positive. And then they've got an art guy who uh, one of the guys in the band, Julian, works with on all the aesthetics and like what they're gonna look like and what their
Hmm.
art looks like and all that. It's really neat how they've kind of formed this whole little ecosystem of people who care about each other and care about the music. That is
Right.
really cool, man. Yeah. And
Well,
and
that's super cool when it happens in any of these creative industries.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because it does. It happens in wrestling. It happens if you're doing something creative that people like, and if you're a good creative person, you gravitate toward the same, right? So you're
Yeah.
going to be in these circles of people just out there doing wild creative stuff. And then hopefully you go, oh, well, now I want to wildly create, whether it's words for a podcast or a new album or
Right.
your stand up or
Yeah.
a stand up, not necessarily yours. I was just saying,
No, no, I know what you
in
mean. Yeah.
general.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
not to, again, the style, and I'm stuck on the styles, the juxtaposition of mainstream hip hop and this hip hop, but the attitude of this would improve. I just love it. I think I love
Yeah.
seeing people represent something, a vision themselves, the Rusty Ship idea, even what Jen Christie was doing by not representing something. She was
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
in. I just like it when people do that, I think. And these guys do it so well that it forces me to go, other people should have heard this.
Right, right. I don't know if you've seen what's going on with Jen lately, but she wants to wrap up the Tina Turner stuff for a while. And
No.
no, she wants to do some Jen Christie concerts in
Oh,
2020. So,
I mean, I do want to go down and see Jen Christie do her thing.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. So hopefully there'll be some instead of Jen Christie paying tribute to Tina Turner going on, there'll be some Jen Christie.
Right. I just want to see her do her Tina Turner stuff too. I'm not gonna
Yeah, for
lie.
sure, dude. Yeah. The Tina Turner stuff is so big though. Like she does it in LA and New York and Las Vegas,
I didn't say I could afford to go see her do her Tina Turner
right,
stuff. I said I
right,
wanted to.
right. I feel you.
Maybe it's a a genuineness. It's a realness that I'm so fixated in music. You either have it or you don't.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's simple, but it's not simple because what is it? What makes this hip hop album? What was the number one album for hip hop in '07? I know you wouldn't know, but I'll look it up at the top of my head. Let's compare.
Yeah, I'll bet it's Kanye.
Yeah, probably Billboard Top 100 terrible ways to talk about things on a podcast. No, wait. Billboard Top 100 hip hop. No, Billboard Top hip hop song. Sorry, listeners, 27. And we're going to compare real quick.
Okay.
Crank that Soldier Boy. You know
Oh
what?
God,
Get the fuck out of here,
one of the
Soulja
worst
Boy.
songs
This is
ever.
better.
Yeah, one of the absolute worst songs ever
And
made.
thank you again, mainstream hip hop, for proving my whatever I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
actually blocked Soldier Boy out of my brain.
you have to.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude.
That it was. Do you know the theory of mind virus? I guess they call it.
No, but I'd
That's
love to
kind
hear.
of what this was. It was like this thing that infected everything. It wasn't like the way a song spreads and we like it and we're happy and this is the number one song. No, it
Yeah.
was different. It was more like an infection because everybody was like, "Oh, crank that super," and they
Yeah.
didn't want
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
It was like a virus that.
So my friend James and I made a parody song because it says Yule in that song. So we made a parody song called Crank That Christmas Time. And we made a video for it in front of the Christmas tree at Wendy's. And we wanted to upload it onto YouTube. We thought we were going to get famous, but
Right.
we couldn't figure out how to upload it from the camcorder.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, dude. So we never did it. But man, I think if Crank That Christmas Time had come out in '07, he'd be talking to a different fella right now. Because it was fire.
I get, I don't know, it's because I'm weird. I get hung up on like, why are these songs so catchy? They're so
But dude, there's nothing wrong with a catchy song, but it's like it's gotta like I love Jimmy Eat World. I think
Right.
Bleed American is one of the best albums ever made. Like I will say that.
Right.
And every song on that album gets in your brain.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get it out. Like it's so melodic and so catchy.
Well, it's
But
because of
it's a different
empty.
thing.
It's empty.
Yeah.
It's not the thing. It's the illusion of the thing. It's the smoke and the mirrors of the thing, and we're seeing it.
Yeah.
It's made smoke and mirrors. It's what I was trying to say about that stupid, no offense to Shabuzi, but about that Shabuzi song. It's
Yeah.
a trick.
Yeah.
It feels like someone designed it knowing that these sounds will catch on in your head.
Yeah. But I mean, if you look at the middle and you look at the lyrics and you look at
Oh,
the
you're
way
talking about no, Jimmy. That's different. I
Oh,
mean,
okay, cool.
these
I was like, wait,
shitty-
hold on, man. Jimmy Eat World is catchy in a totally different way. Yeah, okay. But yeah, I just don't. There's a good kind of catchy and there's a bad kind of catchy, is basically
Right.
what I was, yeah. Yeah.
and
and
the
you
bad
can-
kind feels like somebody knew it.
Right, right.
One of
There's
these,
a difference, I think, between constructing memorable melodies that feel lived in and feel like, familiar but new.
right? Yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah,
and making fucking Crank That Superman.
yeah.
It's just the way it is, man. You know?
It's so
It's-
weird that that's the thing that becomes popular, like Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
What? What
Yeah.
else was? What else music wise was produced that actually involved the things we say we like out of our artist, heart and grind and grit and originality and no, you guys didn't want none of that. You want Craig,
I think that's well, and you got to think about like the majority of music consumers are high
Uh-huh.
school kids. I
Yeah.
mean, that's just the reality of it. I know I consumed a lot more music in high school than I do now.
Right.
Um, And high school kids, I guess they want to crank that Superman.
Yeah, they just want to dance. They want to have
Yeah.
fun. They don't want to sit down and think about their music.
Ugh. It's irritating, man.
It is.
It's irritating. Like,
And I don't know what it is. It's
was Walk It Out in 2007?
that's isn't that just
Laffy
another
Taffy?
example of-
Was that the same band?
I'm not sure.
So I remember Hugh, his brother, it's like DL4 or D4L or something is the name of the group. He
Hmm.
got that album, the one with Laffy Taffy or Walk It Out.
Oh God.
Yeah. He got that album for Christmas and he went upstairs and listened to it. And all we could hear was boom, 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 boom. And then he came downstairs and Q was like, yo, why do you keep playing that song over and over again? You got the album. Don't you want to listen to the album now? And he was like, I just listened to the whole thing.
Mm,
You sure couldn't tell.
right.
That was an hour of the same shit coming through that
Right.
floor.
And that leads my fun brain right into see you can do subliminal shit with music and somebody knows it.
Yeah.
And I know that's a whole crazy can of worms. I
Right.
admit that all of that is imagination food for me,
Yeah.
but it's fun
Yeah, for sure, man.
and it's true. You
Yeah.
could hypnotize people with music. You
Oh,
probably
sure.
couldn't kill yourself or
Permission?
maybe
Yeah.
yourself, but like your
Maybe.
neighbors
Yeah.
in a song on repeat and people are going to do it. You might get one idiot. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I wonder what that element is, right? What's the because when you find something like music, it's so very you. It's like
Yeah.
they're talking to me, even though you know they're not. I mean, they are sort of, but so maybe that's the switch that God, I don't know. We got to pick a band, Slayer. Well, they're talking to me exactly. Well, that means I have to be the one that reigns in blood. Maybe
Brains
that's
in blood. I
I
don't
think these
like
people
Slayer.
needed books. Maybe that's the problem. You need books. You need imagination encouragement because
Yeah,
then
man.
you get to see, like, say you read a book about what it was like to, I don't know, kill your dad or something. It made you sad. You got all those feelings. Now you know, oh, dude, killing your dad sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're not maybe as rash. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think for some people reading a book like that would be a trigger. I think a lot of that is the mental state of the human, you know? Nah, I don't know.
Yeah. Music plays into that too. I've been having a weird week with that anyway, just because
Yeah.
normally I don't care, whatever. I've had ADHD my whole life. I don't give a crap. But for some reason this week I was just hung up on how weird it is that my brain works different than everybody else's brain.
Oh, dude, I think about that all the time. My brain is a
And no, it
mess.
doesn't. But yes, it does. Your brain also works different than my brain, that also
Yeah.
works different than everybody else's brain.
Right.
So that's why I'm just kind of stuck on this whole like changing perception and perspectives.
I have a
Even with
friend.
what?
I have a friend whose brain mass is shrinking. And it's
Their
weird.
brains growing? No, shrinking?
Shrinking. It's going the other way.
Is it dehydrating? Like,
They don't know what's wrong with him, dude.
what shrinks brain mass?
I don't know.
Dude,
But
they don't know shit about shit.
yeah, no, they don't know anything about what's wrong. They don't know.
No, I mean, doctors, and the more
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. The doctors don't know shit about what's wrong.
I mean, just in general, I don't think
Yeah.
any of these people know shit about shit anymore.
First, they said that his brain stem
Hmm.
was deteriorating.
Why?
They don't know.
No, you see, you don't understand. I'm not even a fucking doctor.
Yeah.
And I know that for a organic and or living thing to deteriorate, there must
Yeah.
be something to
Right. they've done a bunch of tests on him. They've done different medicines. They've done different neurotherapy. They can't figure it out. So first his brainstem is deteriorating, and now his brain mass, he's losing brain mass.
Wow.
Yeah. So basically his brain is disappearing inside of his freaking head.
What's it doing to his, like,
Okay, so yeah, so his memory is
any
just
of it?
pieces of his memory are just going away. And right now he's losing short-term memory, like he can't remember stuff that happened like a couple weeks ago.
Oh man.
And
Hell.
and so apparently the deterioration of his brainstem has been really slow, and it's been happening for a long time.
Mm,
And he's always been like an aggressive person who logic isn't really his friend. Like he has
yeah.
a hard time understanding things that most people can just understand.
Right.
That's just getting worse and worse and worse. And they said that that's because of his brainstem.
Yeah. Because it's
So
not
yeah,
firing
so
right.
yeah, so basically he is becoming a forgetful dickhead
Man.
who was already kind of a dickhead, and now it's like it makes sense because they said that this stuff has probably been going on for his entire life. Just nobody ever caught it.
Right.
Because what it did is it started having physical ramifications on him. He started getting tremors
Mm,
and losing his balance. Like he can barely walk now.
right.
So when that started happening, they were like, holy crap, we got to figure out what's going on. And then they started investigating everything else. And they were like, wow, dude, like this is what it is. But we have no idea why. So
Because they don't know. They don't know
yeah,
nothing about
nothing, dude. So he's just sitting there. I can't imagine. Like he's sitting there knowing that as he sits there, his brain is disappearing.
I don't think I could
Yeah, it's
function.
rough.
I don't.
Yeah.
It would,
Yeah, dude. Like he
or
messages
maybe,
me.
thankfully, his level of understanding is keeping it from just breaking. Because just the
It's
idea of it breaks, like, hurts my head. In that, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, dude. I don't know. He messages me quite often talking about how hard his life is and how, certain things. And I'm always just like, look, dude, I can't give you hope. I'll be realistic with you. Like, I understand what you're going through.
Right.
I mean, because I don't know what to say. I'm not a cheerleader. I'm not a guy who's going to be like, it's going to be all right. Because it doesn't sound like it is. And
Right.
I'm just like, look, man, if you want uplifting crap, don't talk to me. But if you want, if anything was to happen, I would never hold it against him. I totally understand, dude.
I wonder if, you know how music can drag up memories and stuff that you think are gone, like you
Yeah,
never would have thought of? I
yeah.
wonder if something like that would be helpful for him, right?
Oh man.
Because then I'm talking about waves, like sound waves that would
Yeah,
interact with what's still there.
yeah, yeah.
So maybe something like that could at least help. Because when you're listening to music, the different parts of your brain are getting excited and doing different
Right,
things.
stimulating
And
and stuff. Yeah,
that
yeah. It's
sounds
just
awful.
it's wild, dude. Yeah, I've never in my life heard of anything like it before. You know, I can't even imagine living with it.
Mm-mm. Along the same kind of lines or whatever, I
Yeah,
was, all right. Do you have an inner monologue?
I do.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you. I do too.
yeah.
Can you, can you, if I told you picture an apple on a table, can you picture an apple on a table?
Yep,
I
just did it.
can. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
just
can
did it.
practically see it.
Yeah,
Some people can't.
I know. Casey and I were talking about that the other day, and he thought it was so weird.
Right. That
Yeah.
started this domino. So you mentioned that, and whatever people that have listened to this, probably just Ryan. I like they call it Tartaria theory of past civilizations.
Okay.
See, it's so hard to put everything sound. Anyway, I'm just coming down to the sound was so important back then. I
Right. Sure.
think we are missing something in now time with sound. I really think like there's got to be something with that could help your friend, right? Because we were talking. This is why I am not a scientist or a doctor, because I
Yeah.
start thinking something and then I'm speaking about it every other word, and the person that's trying to.
Like what? Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that I got off my distraction. The people with no inner monologue or can't picture,
Yeah.
that freaks me out.
It's weird, dude. I said to Casey, I was like, you know how when you think something but you don't say it, and you can hear a voice like saying it to you in your head?
Hmm.
Some people that doesn't happen. And he was
Yeah.
like, what? Like,
Do you know about, I mean, I'm sure you know about the 80s Cabbage Patch
of
doll.
course. Yeah, I was there for it. Yeah.
Do you know where the name and stuff Cabbage Patch, is it kid, comes from?
Don't.
This might just be one of those old wild theories, but the
Yeah.
guy that I watched the fun video because of what you and Casey talked about,
Yeah.
see, I can keep it connecting, was saying that these orphan trains, way, way, way back, like 1800s or something,
Okay.
would bring kids to these settlers that were way out. Like
All
there'd be
right.
these trains full of kids. This actually
Yeah. Yeah.
happened.
Sure. Yeah.
This guy
Yeah.
was saying that these kids were clones. They,
What?
yeah, that they've known how to make fake freaking
Like,
kids.
like Village of the Damned?
Yes. And that's the Cabbage Patch Kid thing. There's a whole mythology about this, and they're called
Weird.
Cabbage Patch Kids. So the
Oh,
doll becomes that theory. They say when these kind of evil, nefarious things are going on, they have to show you in plain sight. I'm sure you've heard that kind
right.
of.
Right. Yeah. 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 The best way to hide something is to hide it in plain sight. Yeah.
Right. So, say that's a real thing. You clone
Yeah.
these kids. They're going to miss a whole bunch of stuff growing up. So, they're not going to be normal.
Right.
And they're going to grow up into, if we're talking the 1800s, that's the Old West and everything. What, 10, 20 years later, serial killers start becoming a thing.
I mean, it would
And
seem logical. Yeah.
so maybe it's, you know how they say some people don't have souls?
Right.
Maybe this is what it is.
Hmm.
Like, that's a clone person. They don't have the
That's craziness,
imagination.
dude.
What?
That's craziness, man.
And I'm dumb.
Yeah.
So this guy's presentation was good, and I was like, oh,
Right. Of course, dude. When somebody presents something and it seems like they know what they're talking about, they've
how do you
won
hear
half the
music
battle of convincing
if you
people.
don't have an inner voice and you can't
Yeah.
picture things? How do you hear music?
Yeah. I don't know.
How are you not picturing the guitar? How are you not like
Right.
envisioning the
Right. Because
girl
music
Rita
is
was singing about
definitely,
in Fancy? Like,
yeah. Well, do you know about the people who hear colors?
no.
There are people who hear colors. Like, well, okay, so actually, a better way to put it is sounds are colors. So, like a sharp noise might be black, and like,
Oh, interesting.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There's
I
a whole
wonder what the
thing.
mechanic is. Like, I wonder what the.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Brains are wired, man, in different ways.
Yeah, that's what started this whole thing was just me
Yeah,
knowing my brain's different. But
yeah,
really, isn't everybody's?
yeah. I think everybody's brain is wired slightly off. I don't.
Except
Oh, go ahead.
for these masses of people that are your sorry, Taylor Swift, but your kind of masses that just kind of follow whatever the.
Right, right.
What if they're the, generation down of these original, didn't have, you know these Cabbage Patch bloodlines, and
Yeah.
they don't think, they're not creative, they don't have an inner voice to tell them nothing, so of course they hear sway to the song and move over to the bar where I sway
Right.
to the song. It's just almost like a it's weird.
Yeah.
The whole thing is like, what do you mean you don't have an inner voice?
Yeah, it's strange, dude. It's very strange. The fact that that's a real thing,
Mm-hmm.
strange, you know?
It,
Um,
I've also been obsessed with imagination this week.
right.
I don't
Okay.
know what I talked about it a little bit last Sunday when we recorded.
Yeah.
I think imagination is maybe the most important thing ever to teach
Right.
kids
Sure. 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 Yeah.
because uh, what is I don't know.
When Casey was little, one of the things that used to frustrate me was when he would get new stuff, I would ask him what its name was. And if it was a dog, he would just say dog.
Oh,
And I used to
huh.
be like, dude, but you've got to come up with a name for it. And he'd be like, puppy.
Hmm.
Like, no. Because when
Maybe
I
that's
was a
more like
kid,
that's just what thing I love is called, Dad. Of course, it's
yeah,
puppy.
yeah. When I
No,
was
no,
a
that's
kid,
actually kind of an interesting observation because
yeah,
I've been saying that culture, pop culture, which comes from our people, is
right,
very me, 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 me.
yeah,
So
yeah,
if you just name the dog puppy, it's because you
right,
love it. You don't care. It's yours. You love it. Whatever. It's puppy.
yeah,
Whereas when it has a name, it's a little bit different. There's a
right,
relationship there. This isn't just puppy. This
yeah,
is my puppy. Mine's Rousey or
yeah. Well, I
so it
kind of
might.
took it like I needed to stoke his imagination a little more.
Hmm.
And I mean, now he has an amazing imagination. He comes up with all these cool ideas and pictures and
Right.
stuff. But when he was little, I worried about it because I was like, he can't come up with names for any of his little characters. Like every boy is named boy, every girl is named girl, every dog is named dog. And it was just like, so we worked on it together sometimes and we would try to help each other come up with the name for it, and uh but yeah, it was odd to me. Like I was like, man,
Maybe that comes from the difference in socializations. Like,
maybe.
uh, if you're around more kind of individuals, you start thinking stuff like, my crazy Uncle Bob. This dog acts like my Uncle Bob.
Right.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Personal, I get it. Okay, that's why this one's name is Bob.
Yeah.
If you're not actually individually, like in person socializing, you don't know. It's just my friend B84 big butts are awesome at
Right. Right.
Halo God 4, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So who cares? It's dog, it's friend,
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. And I mean, when he was younger, he didn't have a lot of friends. He didn't start really getting friends until he went to school.
right. So
So
maybe it's just you got to learn personalities before you learn to name things.
yeah, that's fair. That's
I don't
fair.
know. I never
Yeah, I don't
raised,
know either.
I never, I got nieces and nephews and shit, but I've never tried to raise a kid. My
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
talking about raising soulless psychopaths.
I
Fuck,
want
what do I
something.
even know? Hmm.
I mean, I don't know, dude. The most important things to teach kids nowadays are like empathy and I don't know.
The things that I think and feel don't go with what everybody else seems to think.
Yeah,
Everybody
me
seems to know
either.
exactly what's going on. I am a
Yeah, I'm a
COVID
very
expert. Are you?
unconventional. I'm a very unconventional parent, dude. But
I
I
had
think,
unconventional parents, but I didn't.
yeah,
No, that is not true. I had unconventional parents. I just
right.
found out that unfortunately having good parents was unconventional.
Yeah, fair. Like that's it. Yeah, because my mom probably wasn't unconventional, but it'd be nice if she was. She probably raised people just like everybody else in the 80s,
Yeah.
70s and 80s, like not well. Yeah,
Mine were way different, man. Mine are, oh, you don't have a mom? Cool. Come over and meet mine. You can have mine.
yeah, yeah.
That's just,
Well, my
especially
mom was
Jeannie.
like that too, but it was more of like a bragging thing. Like, I'm the mom to everyone in the neighborhood. Like, I
All
don't know.
right. Yeah, but not as in like, we know people that, I assume I could see if I can find a way to. uh, Darling Nikki, right? You know who she is.
Yeah, yeah,
She's the motherly type,
yeah.
and it's not bad or braggadocious at all. It's like
Right, right, right,
maybe
right.
it's like we were talking about earlier that it's the smoke and mirrors. People want to be able to stand there and say, I'm the mom of the neighborhood. But when
Yeah,
it comes down to it, it's like, yeah, but you weren't really doing the work, which is
yeah, yeah.
feed all the kids and take care of all the kids and you know all their names and
Right, 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 right.
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was gonna say something and now I can't remember what, but that's probably for the best, I guess.
Yeah. Well, neighborhoods are important, right? That
Oh yeah,
ties into this album. I
yeah,
feel like I understand. As a matter of fact, I bet these guys are my age right now.
probably, yeah.
I feel like I know these guys, but what I was saying is, I feel like I could picture their neighborhood.
Right, right. You see Brooklyn through their eyes, man.
Yeah,
That's definitely facts.
and that's neat, really, for anybody. Because what we were just talking about the other day, the guy was Swedish, right?
Yeah, chords. Yeah, yeah.
Just compare the two. It's still hip hop, right?
Right.
But
But he painted a picture of Sweden, dude.
and you
Absolutely.
felt like it. You're like, oh, I
Yeah,
get this.
yeah, yeah, yeah. 100%, man. That's one
There's
of the
something.
things.
You go ahead.
Obviously, like there are, like Wichita Line Man. I love that freaking song,
Hmm.
and you get a picture of that. You know, you know what that song is. At least me, I can see like the big expanse in Kansas,
Hmm.
working on the line, being lonely.
Hmm.
But I think if hip hop's done right, one of the things that it does is paint a picture of an environment.
Hmm.
And maybe it might do that better than other music. Maybe if it's done right. I think hip hop is better at painting a picture with words than a lot of other music is.
Yes, yeah, because it's very
A lot,
word and
yeah, a
language
lot of
heavy.
other music they're conveying emotions and they're conveying, but there's not a lot of not a lot of songs like Wichita Line Man where you see, you know, you get the picture laid out for you. I mean, there
Right.
is some, obviously, everything that Bruce Springsteen ever fucking wrote, you know,
But he knew what
like,
he was doing. He knew he was
yeah,
doing that. He was
yeah,
a storyteller.
yeah. But that's not everybody, you know.
No.
But in hip hop, if you're a good MC, you're showing somebody something. You're
Yep.
telling them a story. You're telling them a situation.
Yep. And if you're just a normal dude, what else are you gonna do? You're like, look
Yeah,
how good I am. Why
yeah,
are you so good? I don't know what to tell you. I walk down the street and my neighborhood like everybody else, and I listen to Wu-Tang like you do.
yeah.
I'm just good. Now, how about you? That's what I like about this album too. Even though they're bragging,
Right,
because these guys are iller than theirs, all
right.
their stuff. They're still saying, but step up and prove it, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
And like
like
I
that
said,
kind of.
the first two tracks are really the tracks that lay it out,
Mhm,
where they talk about, we're so good. This is what we are. This is what you are. You're
mhm,
just bragging. We're really showing it.
right.
And then after that, it's the proof. You know.
Yes.
Give me a second.
Well, there comes a point in everything, right, where if you're going to claim to be the skilled veteran of any whatever, you still got to prove it. If
Yeah.
it's the skilled veteran at the factory I work in, you still got to clock in and get to work and prove it. And that's what
Right.
these guys are doing. That's the feel. They're like, they don't have to brag because here it is.
Right. We can show you.
Right. You think somebody like, well, maybe Brad Pitt's a bad example, but do you think somebody that just really know that's a bad example? I was gonna say knows they're handsome has to brag, but that's kind of a thing.
Yeah, knowing
Most of
you're handsome,
these,
bragging about it is kind of what you do when you're handsome.
yeah, but most of these super deadly, dangerous martial arts training guys, they don't brag about it. They don't need to.
Right?
They're past
Fair.
that point. And that's
Yeah.
what iller than theirs is doing. Like, sure, it sounds like bragging to you. It's just how good they are.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
And my favorite part, at the end of the day, they're still saying, but we want you to have the opportunity to step up to us and Let's
show how good
battle.
you are.
Let's. I like that.
Yeah, yeah. I remember Bruce Lee when they
Mm,
asked him about fighting in tournaments. Bruce Lee was like, I don't fight in tournaments. He's like, that's not why you fight.
right.
Like, I didn't learn how to do this to fight in tournaments. I learned how to do this. First of all, Jeet Kune Do is an entire way of life.
Yeah.
So he created this martial arts system to live
Mhm.
life, to live a,
Yep.
a productive life, you know?
And he took from all these other styles, and
Yeah.
he went and trained with a lot of these guys like Judo Gene LaBelle, and
Yeah.
yeah, Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was the man, really.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, I love Bruce Lee. I watched Bruce Lee documentaries and stuff more than I do the movies, to be completely honest. I watched the movies when I was a kid, but I'm
Right.
more fascinated by Bruce Lee, the human being,
Yep.
than I am Bruce Lee, the actor or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, he was pretty
Yeah.
amazing, dude.
I agree. I think most people understand at that point what, or now, what Bruce Lee did.
Yeah,
That wasn't just acting.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure he did some stuff in acting, I guess. Did he break down any barriers?
Well, yeah, he
Honestly,
was the first, he was the first Asian movie star.
yeah, that's true.
Like
But he
just the
wasn't.
first Asian movie star. Like,
Maybe I was using the wrong words. He wasn't
yeah.
reinventing the wheel. He wasn't
Nah, I mean, Kung Fu
Daniel
movies,
Day-Lewis, who takes
right?
acting to in movies. He wasn't one of those guys. But
Right.
outside of movies, it's almost like he didn't do anything in movies, right? No big
Yeah,
deal. No,
yeah,
whatever. But
yeah,
outside of movies, he was already a star, a
yeah,
movie character because of the way he carried himself and the way he lived the martial arts
yeah, yeah.
ethic. The thing that most people don't get about a good martial art is it's not just teaching you to beat a motherfucker up.
Right. It's patience. It's strength. It's
Why?
respect. Like it's a
Yes.
whole, yeah. Why you matter? Why nature matters? Like if you do it right, you know what I mean? It's all that stuff. I
The
want Casey
discipline.
to study kung fu so bad, and he doesn't want to do it because he doesn't want to hurt people. And I'm like, dude, you're not. That's not really what it's about. It's not about hurting
I
people.
wonder if you could get him into something a little more thoughtful, like jujitsu, because that's more
Yeah,
like people chess.
yeah, yeah. I don't know how he would do with jujitsu though, because he has anxiety issues, and I think where the whole point is laying on top of each other and stuff, he'd probably not do well with that.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Or you would learn to be calm when it happens.
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
But yeah, we're on the same page. Yeah, it's good. Teach it
Yeah,
in school.
yeah,
Take out
yeah,
what can we take out of schools are stupid. Take out I'm not gonna say home ec. I think we should get more of those skills.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. We could
Fuck it.
find something
Take
dumb.
out history because they don't teach it right anyway.
Right. And put
You
in
know?
something like a martial. Can you imagine? The kids wouldn't be yeah, they'd be maybe a little bit,
Yeah,
but because of the way martial arts is structured, they wouldn't be fighting each other in the hall when they got
right.
mad enough and they still felt they'd have to fight. It would be meet me our mat and
Yeah,
let's settle
let's
it
settle
like
it.
this.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it
for sure.
should be. If you and I have the beef and we're going to go over there and man to man it out, that
Yep.
should be the end of it. It should
Yeah,
be you, me, nothing else. No friends, no axes, no guns, nothing.
right.
And martial arts will teach you how to do that in the correct ways.
Yeah. I wish, see, my thing is, I want Casey to have all the things that I didn't have, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
I can understand that.
I don't feel like I wanted to learn martial arts.
Hmm.
My mom didn't care. She enrolled me in martial arts classes for like one summer,
Hmm.
and that was it. Karate classes for one summer. I learned nothing. Like, I learned how to punch, um, and I can't remember anything else. So I know how to throw a karate punch. That's literally it. Um, and I was like 9, and then and I wanted to learn how to play an instrument, and she got me a saxophone, and then never got me music lessons
Oh,
because she couldn't afford them.
I think it's
It's
all me. I didn't have. I still really don't.
Yes.
I don't have enough motivation, self-discipline. I mean, obviously I do it for work because I have to,
Right.
and they're
Right.
paying me. But
Right.
growing up, I don't know. I didn't have the patience to sit down and, all right, now
Yeah.
you got to learn to be good at the instrument. Just want to be
Yes.
good at it. And then I'd get
Fair.
frustrated because I
Fair.
can't do the thing in my head. And then I would, I don't know.
Yeah. Welcome to the Keith, the 51-year-old man shits on his mom podcast. I just thought
And
about
a
that,
little bit
dude.
of this is
Holy
part,
crap. But you know,
a little bit of this is a part of this, a little part of this is why I wanted you and I, to sit down with Adam too,
yeah.
because he's a lot like us, but doesn't seem to have that whatever I have where I got in my own way.
Right,
He
right, right.
doesn't seem to have it. And I would love to just pick him apart the way we talk about music.
Yeah, sure. And
He
like
has
I
that.
was super motivated to do things, but I was never presented with the right opportunities. And so I just became, and I think that's why now, I mean, like I've been doing this podcast for going into the second year will be over soon. So going into the third year of this podcast. And like with wrestling, I did not have the fucking resources to run a wrestling company. That's why my companies kept starting and stopping. But
Right.
every time I caught a break and got a little bit more money, I started back up. You know what I mean? And it was
Yeah.
that may look bad to the community, but that's what happened. Like I was like,
Hmm.
okay, I'm out of money or I'm emotionally drained. I've got to stop for a little while. But the second I got more, I started again. Like, because I wouldn't give up, you know?
Right.
And yeah, and that's how I am with music. I was in so many different bands and so many different collaborators, and like I've written 300 fucking songs, you know, and to this day, I still feel like I've got to do something with them. Um, so I don't ever think, and maybe I'm looking at it from a different, you know, I don't ever think it was a me thing. I think it was an opportunity thing. And I think a lot of those opportunities weren't given to me because my mom was in a bad financial situation and a bad marriage for a long time
Right.
and didn't want to figure out ways to make it work.
Mm.
She was just too busy dealing with her own shit.
Right. Yeah.
So I refuse to do that with Casey. Like I make shit work no matter what, you know, because I
Yeah.
don't.
No, I do.
Yeah, he told me when he gets to middle school, he wants to learn how to play a cello because they all start offering you know,
Mm.
instruments in middle school. I'm
Yeah.
giving his ass a cello, dude,
Yeah.
and he's gonna learn cello. And if he decides he doesn't want to play, I'm gonna be like, brother, you said you want to play cello. I'm gonna make
Right.
sure he goes to those lessons. You know, so
No, yeah, I do.
yeah. But
It's weird.
I really think with my mindset being the way that it is and the way it's always been, if I had had more opportunities, I'd be in a completely different place, you know?
Mm-mm. No way, dude. I sabotage myself. All that ADHD stuff. It sounds dumb when
Yeah.
you, um, or I'll read some stuff just so I kind of understand. Oh, that might have been why I treated this person, whatever.
Yeah.
I do get tired at a point where people are like, oh, because I have ADHD. And I'm like, no, listen,
Right.
I was still an asshole. It's
Right.
just the
Right.
ADHD played into me being an asshole.
Right.
So I have no problem just, yeah, anything in my past, yeah, I'll say I got in the way of myself. Just because the one thing you can control all through anything.
Yeah.
So,
And that may be one part of it. Like, I can be like, well, I mean, I do believe that circumstances matter. You know,
mhm.
I do believe that. Like, no matter what, people think that everyone can overcome their circumstances. That's not always true.
Right, yeah, situation matters too.
Yeah, yeah. Situations matter, circumstances matter. Um, but maybe if I hadn't been waiting, you know, for the help,
Yeah.
that's probably my biggest thing is I waited too long to try to figure it out, you know?
That also reminds me of a really, it's not a lyric though, it should be, of a really important line that I had heard that I tried to do. It was try to be the person you needed most
Hmm.
when no one showed up for you.
I've seen that. I've
And
seen
I like that. because
Yeah.
we've all been there where you're in a, you know what? To be fair, I had my stepmom was that woman. She was, but which is what led me to trying to be more like that. But that's
Yeah.
perfect. Like, and this is part of the relatability we're talking about in all this music. It's something, evidently, your mom didn't do it for whatever reason. It's that looking back or looking down or looking over at just that desire or need to help the next, the
Yeah.
little you, the little, the kid, the next generation. That's a real thing in us, whether people
Definitely.
ignore it or barely cater to it, like, oh, I don't know, I feed my kid and I guess I sort of love it. There's still that extra thing that's what everybody wants. That's legacy. That's future. That's if you want a happy future for everyone, teach like you're probably doing. Teach your kid to be. It's going away is what I'm getting at. Not people aren't lucky enough to have that, and it's something that I don't get because it's here to make sure you see a kid fall down. I mean, I hate kids. Kids are loud, annoying, misbehaved, but you see a kid fall down, instantly like, oh, is little thing okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Cats do it, dog, bird, animals. It's there's something life, natural, human or living being about protecting, like you're doing,
Yeah.
and helping the next generation that people have gotten away from. And
Yeah, for sure.
sounds like you're, and I wonder how much of that has to do with the way the open imagination and all the different experiences through music and wrestling and these odd kind of outside of the box lifestyles
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
gives you the, I don't want to say better because I don't want to poop on any other parent, but the different perspective because of stuff like this, where obviously we think about things. That's obvious the way we break down songs and the way we connect the lyrics. So these traits that you've honed or maybe whatever through the music are in turn helping you raise the next whatever, the next person, your blood, your off. It's there's a connection here that I'm trying to.
Yeah.
It's just interesting, and it's going away, and it makes me wonder about these people that are bad parents, bad, don't care. Do they have
Mm.
music in their lives?
Yeah, I hope so.
How could you? If
Yeah.
you are a music lover, how could you be a shitty parent?
Yeah.
Because you've heard all the what, the heartbreak songs, you've heard all
Right.
the
Right.
death
Right.
songs, you felt it when guys like Johnny Cash said their woman left him, or his dad beat him, or you feel all of that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how could you be a shit? I don't think you can. I don't think if you're a music lover, I don't think you can be a shitty person.
Yeah. I hope not. I don't know. There's got to be shitty people who love music though. I think
I
it
feel
just
like there's
depends on.
something there if I can
Yeah.
figure out how to search it out or how to ask your best friend Chat GPT.
Yeah, man.
I, I w- I wonder if there's enough interviews where they talk to people about how your brain works and imagination and all that. Like, did Jeffrey Dahmer love music?
Ooh, interesting.
Manson did. Charles Manson did.
Oh yeah, Charles Manson loved music.
And he understood the manipulative, whatever I say, he understood that too.
Right. Right. Right.
Interesting. So there
Yeah.
goes that idea. Because I was wondering if maybe if you're one of those,
Yeah, I was gonna say I've known some freaking dickheads who loved music.
okay,
Just yeah,
what do they love music or do they love music that reinforces their, are those the type of
sure,
people you're like, what
sure.
do you listen to, dude? Oh, but Five Finger Death Punch are my favorite band.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure.
Okay, so what else you listen to? I mean, Five Finger Death Punch.
Right. It's funny
Cool,
because
they're your favorite band. Rock on.
yeah,
Mine's Tool. What else do you listen to?
just Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah, they're my favorite.
Disturbed.
Yeah.
So okay, it's funny because I like Trapped. I know that their singer's a douche. It's whatever. But I was at work one time listening to Headstrong,
Yeah.
and this guy who I worked with was like, "Can you turn that off, please?" And I was like, "Why, dude? It's a great song." And he's like, "Oh, all the jocks in my high school who used to
Oh,
pick on me and beat me up loved this song." I was just like, a lot of people love this song, bro, but I got you. It's like, I don't know, man.
that no, no, we've talked about that phenomenon too. There
Yeah,
are at least one, and I'm sure we all there's what am I getting at? Okay, here we go. I'm thinking that I actually understand what that guy is saying. There's at
yeah.
least one song that I can think of that was a associated with a girl song
Oh, sure.
that I don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
hear. I don't want to fucking
yeah.
hear.
Yeah,
No
dude.
offense. I don't
I,
care enough that I'm not going to tell the story. I'm not going to tell
yeah,
who. I don't care. It's just that song only associates me with the negative breakup of our relationship for some reason. So,
right. So I grew up like loving REO Speedwagon. Uh,
all right, yeah,
yeah, I mean, dude, 70s,
yeah,
early
yeah.
80s, REO fucking
I'm not
Speedwagon.
talking shit.
Yeah,
I heard it
but
from a friend who heard it from a friend.
yeah, man, heard it
Yeah,
from another. But
yep.
that's the thing too. Like their lyrics, honestly, like you played dead, but you never bled. Instead, you laid still in the grass, all coiled up and hissing.
Yeah, that line's fire,
Man,
dude.
yeah, good lyrics, man. So
And they're another one of those bands that are accessible because I quoted that exact line before on
yeah,
Facebook, wrote it down, and my mom even, and my mom doesn't love music, she's country,
right,
whatever, even knew what it was. She's like,
right.
"Oh, I know that." It's like,
And the thing is, too, like they had elements of progressive rock.
mhm.
Like they had some interesting time signatures and textures that they played around with that bands maybe weren't doing that were as popular as them. But anyway,
Yeah,
the point is, um, my first
you were
girlfriend.
riding the storm out in
Yeah,
the Golden Country,
I mean, dude,
and
Ride the Storm Out is
oh yeah, that song
my
jams.
honestly my favorite REO Speedwagon song is "I Don't Want to Know,"
No,
which
mine's
is
riding the storm out.
a deep cut, but.
Yeah,
I don't want to do what I'm supposed to do. I don't want to wear what I'm supposed to
mine
wear.
are all
Fire.
except for riding the storm out. They're the ones
Yeah,
you think. I love all the hits.
yeah,
I
sure.
don't give a fuck. They're that band. I like it all. I
Yeah,
don't care.
yeah.
Make
But
fun of me. Go ahead.
but my first girlfriend, um, she lost her virginity to a guy who I knew,
Hmm.
and uh, every time I Can't Fight This Feeling by REO Speedwagon came on, she'd get all weird.
Mm.
And one day I was like, "Why do you act so weird when you hear this song?" And she said that it was playing when they were having sex.
Oh,
And for literal decades, I could not listen to REO Speedwagon without like wanting to kill myself. um,
oh, because somebody else. That's a
yeah,
weird thing
and it
too.
was
Like,
such a hard memory. Like I loved REO Speedwagon, and for her
right.
to say that put that song and them in a completely different context for me. You know,
It's got to be about being young and not
I was
understanding. Because now you'd
yeah,
be like, "What? I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. And I was
okay, I get it for
16,
you."
you know, and it just stuck with me for really. And then I was like, man, this is silly, you know. And the REO Speedwagon, I'm gonna be completely honest, I'll never be able to feel it the way that I used to. Like they still make me a little bit uncomfortable. But I was like, man, these are good songs. I can't just like ignore the fact that these are good songs because some weird emotional thing happened to me. You know? So
But that's the point. That's the point of the music, though, is to make
yeah,
weird emotional things happen to you while you're.
yeah,
They probably love it. I bet if you told those guys this
right,
story, they
right.
probably fucking love it.
Kevin
They'd be like,
Cronin would
"That's
be like,
great."
yes.
They wouldn't care that you don't listen to their. No, they get it. They'd be like,
Yeah,
"Ah, fuck, we get that. That's
yeah,
funny."
yeah. Did you see
It's
them on Ozark?
no, I don't remember how far I got. I got a little bored with Ozark.
Ozark is crazy, dude. It was It's Q's favorite show.
It's a good show. I just
Um,
for some reason got distracted and got away from it.
well, it's hard to watch a show where there's no baby faces. It's hard to get into a show where every single character is a giant piece of shit. At least for me. And
Yeah,
literally every character on that show
I think I might have got
is a giant
a
piece.
season and a half in, so the main Bateman, he's still not so bad. You could tell that he sucks too, but
Dude, oh man. Yeah, by the end of it though, holy Mary, Mother of Jesus. Yeah.
no, I've been
Everyone.
watching Mayor of Kingstown
Okay.
and Landman.
Landman's good.
Yeah, I like it. I
Yeah.
like most Tyler
Taylor
Sheridan.
Sheridan, Tyler Sheridan, yeah.
Yeah,
I did not watch Mayor of Kingstown. I heard it was a little on the bleak side, and I don't really, you know, stuff
it's
that's
gangster shit.
yeah.
It's stand up, keep your word. It's that kind
Yeah.
of shit. Like his
But
character is super cool. Like
yeah. What is the gangster shit like Goodfellas and The Departed?
no, it's like I don't know exactly what it means that this guy is the mayor of this town.
Right,
Evidently, he is the be all, end all. No one fucks with him. You can't go against what he says. You
right,
can't. And he's also a badass
right,
with feet and all. Like, there's a giant prison in town, and that plays into it. And of course, there's gangsters in town, and that plays
right.
into it. And it's just, if you like that kind of Ray Donovan kind of gray area, but still kind of a good stand-up guy character.
Okay.
The show's really good.
Yeah, I never watched Ray Donovan either. I watched Lights Out. Did you like Lights Out?
I I'm not familiar with it. What was it?
So Lights Out is a show about a boxer
Mm.
who finds out he has brain damage from
Ooh.
fighting so much.
Right.
And he's gonna lose everything. So he becomes an enforcer for the mob.
Huh.
Um and he's torn between like he's got to do all this terrible stuff, you know? He's got to break people's arms and shit. And when people meet him, they're like, "Oh, Lights Out," because that's his nickname. You know, "Oh, we loved you in this fight and that fight." But
Right.
he's like, "Yeah, I get it, but now you know you got to give me this money or I'm gonna break your leg."
Right.
You know, and it's just like, and it's he's got this whole, and he's got a family who he loves and he takes care of, and so then there's that. There's like he's a family man, but he's got this whole thing that he's hiding from him. In the end, he decides he's gonna go and have one more fight.
It's from
And
2016. No, this is a movie.
no, yeah, it's before that. It's like 2010-ish. But yeah, at the end he goes and he has his what's supposed to be like his big comeback fight. Um, and
And it's a series, not a movie.
yeah, it's a series.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, it didn't get a second season, so you never
I'm
find out
finding
what
all
actually
kinds of those
happened.
fighty movies because we're getting close to time to wrap it up. And I thought,
Yeah,
well, if this isn't too long, I got a couple hours before I'll actually crash out.
right. It was on FX,
All right.
so if that helps you find it,
It will. Yeah, I have Hulu, which means I
I
have FX.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, and I think his name was Lights Out O'Leary. I think that was the guy's name, but yeah, cool
they
show.
don't play enough in this genre. There was a MMA gym family show briefly, 4 seasons that
Okay.
I loved called
Yeah.
Kingdom. And
Oh, I've wanted to watch that. I never actually did, but
I'll hook you up.
okay,
I
cool.
have it somewhere on hard disk. I'll try to keep an eye out for it. And when it
Okay.
pops up, I'll see if I can't set it somewhere. That way, next time we're together, I can slide you the DVDs and you can
All
watch
right.
it that way.
Appreciate it,
But
man.
it's a television drama show that
Yeah.
everybody would like. It just happens to focus around an MMA
MMA.
fan in an
Right
MMA
on.
gym. They don't do those kind of stories like this boxing story.
Yeah.
Why not? Those guys usually have, well, some of those guys have amazing life stories.
Yeah, definitely, man.
So
I
you're
think
missing out on.
I think to want to fight, you know what I mean? To want to
Mhm.
fight for a freaking living,
Mhm.
there's got to be something in you, you know? With the exception of maybe like Rich Franklin. Like there's some guys who Rich Franklin was a teacher,
Mhm.
you know, and taught himself how to fight from Gracie tapes.
I mean, if you're
But
training, don't you want, I mean, why wouldn't you want to fight? Like, I get it. I
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
that. I absolutely get I just want to see if my skill is better than the next guy's skill.
Fair. Yeah.
And
Fair.
the only way to,
Do that is to fight. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think to me, the fight is the ultimate level playing field of
Yeah.
everything. I
Yeah.
mean, sure, they use drugs but if you strip all that away, it's literally your determination, your will, all these things that we say we want to be strong and tested
Right.
versus that guy's determination and will. And the only way to express what would you call it, resistance or whatever, the pushback is literal pushback.
Pushback.
Here's,
Yeah.
okay, your will didn't stop mine. Here's
Right. Yeah.
my, and I get it. And I'm not a
Yeah.
violent person. I'm not a tough guy. I'm none of that. But I
Yeah.
get the expression of
Yeah. And
lots of cage and fight. I get it.
right. Right. And I didn't necessarily mean like violence when I said something in you. I meant more like a drive or a hunger. There's got to be something fueling that.
Oh,
But
yes.
you can't, dude. You cannot go in a freaking ring or a cage and be ready to get punched in the face for
Mm-mm.
3 minutes
Yeah.
unless there's got to be something there.
Mhm.
And I think people who have that, I mean, there's a story.
Usually, yeah.
Right, right,
Tyson's life
right,
is a
yeah,
story.
sure, yeah. I mean, Raging
Um,
Bull is one of the greatest movies ever written, and it's about Rocky Marciano.
I mean, just the motivational. Let's go, champ.
Yeah, yeah,
You know where that comes from? It comes from a boxer. I want to say I might
sure,
get the
yeah,
names
makes
wrong.
sense.
I
Yeah,
think it was Shannon the Cannon Briggs. That's his.
okay,
Anyway, where it comes from was the champion at the time. This badass, really good Russian just
right,
wouldn't fight him. So Shannon kept showing up places and just
right, okay,
yelling, "Let's go, champ!"
that's
But
awesome.
by show up places, I mean the
Like in his
champ would be
house.
sitting at a fancy dinner,
Yeah,
and I think it's Shannon the Cannon would
yeah,
show up and be like, "Let's go, champ!" He eat. He was
that's
good.
awesome.
I
That's awesome.
I need to look up if he beat. I hope he beat
If you
that
ever,
champ.
yeah, yeah,
But
that'd be fire.
it's one of those legendary stories, which is what I was getting at, of a guy that's just the champ was like, "Nah, you're just some
Yeah, I'm gonna make it happen.
nobody." Yeah,
Yeah,
and he's like, "I'll make you fight me." And it's become such a thing that it's a motivational thing. It's like
right,
you
right.
say it to somebody, "Let's go, champ," but it comes from Shannon Riggs, whoever it might even have been Klitschko. Is one of those big, fancy, super, really good boxers, just wouldn't fight him.
Okay,
So he
yeah,
just trolled the dude, relentless. He'd show up at restaurants and boats and like paddle boats and
that's awesome.
bicycles. Yeah,
Yeah,
like anything you could imagine. But it's guys like that those are the stories that we want to hear. We don't want to hear, or I don't want to hear, yeah, I outgrind my neighbor to get my bag, and now my gun is shinier. It's like,
right,
that's
yeah,
cool, but
yeah,
isn't it a little bit better to hear, I had nothing and I was mad about that. So
yeah.
I got up and
Did something
made it
about
happen. Yeah, I
it. Yeah.
made it happen. That guy
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
fight me, wouldn't give me the opportunity. I took it in a
That
good
man.
way.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you got an album for next week, man?
No. What do we?
Shit.
Yeah, we could do Borgo Pass if you want
Okay,
to.
let's do it. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's do
let's
it.
palate cleanse for a little bit because
Okay.
I'm gonna have to. Next time we do hip hop, it's gonna have to be different experience.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe we can do Afu Ra
All right, so yeah,
sometime.
I'll go ahead and I've been wanting to listen to Borgo Pass because I get a
Okay,
song
cool.
stuck in my head. So, what do we prefer? Do we prefer Bandcamp or they're no longer on Spotify, and I don't know why.
Okay, I mean, I can listen to them on Bandcamp.
All right, let's do. I think it's Nervosa. I hate that they took it off of Spotify. Which is what brought
Yeah.
this up. The song "Bless," which I think you're really going to like, got stuck in my head, and I was like, "Oh, I want to hear that." So get on Spotify, get into my playlist because it's supposed to be there and it's not there. And I was like,
Right.
ah, weird. Get in the actual search of Spotify, and it's just gone.
Yeah, people are moving away from Spotify, man.
Bandcamp, Borgo Pass. I don't blame them.
Yeah.
I went on that long rant last couple podcasts about how Spotify sucks.
Right.
All right, so is it Nervosa or Dead Water that I like better? I think it's Dead Water. Good thing I looked.
All right,
Sorry for
cool.
the boring listening, everybody, but it's stoner doom metal, but not
Okay.
too. It's not too. I think you'll like it. It's got groove.
Fun.
It's got hook. It's in the vein of Sabbath, but
Okay.
still a little bit stoner. The guy's got a cool voice. Yeah, let's do the album's Dead Water.
All right, cool. I am down to check it out, man.
Yeah, you'll like these guys a lot, I think. So
All
we'll
right,
do
sweet.
that next week. We got to find them on Bandcamp. They're probably on Spotify. They're from New York.
Okay.
I think they're back together. It seemed like maybe COVID like did
Yeah,
something.
kind of. Yeah.
And I'm seeing like teasers for a website saying something's going to happen. So
Okay, cool.
yeah, it's
Good
just
stuff.
sludge rock, sludge metal. I think it'll give us a palate cleanse too. So yeah, let's go and
Nice.
do that
Yeah,
one.
we'll check it out, man. All right. So Borgle Pass.
Yep. Which is a Dracula. No, I'm sorry, a Vlad
But
Tepish
okay.
reference.
Interesting.
Yeah, it will.
Cool.
That'll be part of the.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll talk about it.
Yeah, because I mean, Doom, that brings up sounds that sound like coffins and
Right.
mountain passes and
Hell yeah.
all
All
right,
right,
yeah.
man. Yeah, this was
We didn't
fun.
do the wrap up for this album, but
I mean, it's a great album. I
yeah,
feel like we did
dude,
the wrap up
so
in the
good.
middle almost.
I
Um,
I'll be listening again.
yeah, yeah. I've listened to it a couple hundred times probably in
Yeah,
the
I've got
last
at
20
least
years.
three people off the top of my head. All right, I to send this to them because I know they're gonna dig it too.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if you like golden age hip hop, if you like hip hop that tells a story, paints a picture for you, with two highly skilled MCs.
If your taste in music doesn't suck, it's probably because you already have this album in your
Yeah,
collection.
man. Yeah, man.
If
For sure.
not, then you're just gonna have to admit your taste in music sucks also, and then listen to this album.
Right on. Right on, man. All right. Tyler, thank you so much, my friend.
Do you see it? Does it pop up?
Yeah, yeah, it's there, man. It's there. Do you know Tyler Martin? Yeah, we do.
Yep.
He's a good dude. Tyler, thank you for hooking up the live stream over the weekend. Almost 400 people heard me talk about wrestling, so that was good.
Tyler's the man.
Yeah, Tyler's
I wonder
good.
if we could live stream like something like the Talking Heads is Make This Make Sense, that live concert.
I mean, we could pretty much live stream anything. If you ever wanted to do a live reaction to something, we could talk to Tyler. I mean, I know live streams aren't super easy, so I mean, we got to make sure he's in the mood to
How
do
would
it.
that work? Would we we're recording right now, so let's
Yeah,
wrap
yeah,
this
we'll
up
talk
and then
about
we'll
it later.
spit idea. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, we'll talk about it later. But yeah, man, this has been fun.
as
Um,
always.
as always, thank you all for listening, and we will see you next week with another album that ironically doesn't suck on My Taste in Music Sucks.
Good night.